volgens mij zijn we live.
Dat heb jij goed gezien, jongen. Dat had jij goed gezien. Hoe is het met jou, Douglas?
Ja, goed. Lekker. Bijna officiële vakantie.
Ik krijg net een appje van je binnen dat je erbij bent, zie ik. Dus,
Ja, is vooruitstrevend.
Maar jij hebt vakantie, jongen.
Ja. Vanavond lekker de barbecue aangegooid. Heerlijk. Dus we hebben lekker gebarbecued. En nu ga ik in plaats van op de bank wat biertjes drinken, ga ik met jou wat biertjes drinken. Ook gezellig.
Dus je bent al lekker rokerig, zeg maar.
Ja, eigenlijk ben ik al rokerig voorbereid. Ja, ik denk als je mijn kleding ruikt.
Alles ruikt straks lekker rokerig, inderdaad. Ik ren even snel door de comments heen, want zowel Thijs als Corné die zaten echt gewoon al net na 8:30 klaar. Terwijl het toch duidelijk stond dat we om 9 uur live zouden gaan, maar hey.
Ja, ze willen vooraan zitten, hè? Dus ik snap het.
Thijs heeft zoiets van hoest. Ja, nogmaals, er stond heel duidelijk 9 uur. Kijk, René die komt 2 minuten van tevoren.
Ja, maar nu maak jij dus ook de aanname dat zij klok kunnen kijken, hè?
Dat is misschien wel een hele grote aanname. Ja. Dat moet ik misschien ook maar niet doen, hè? Waardoor Thomas ook nog even zegt dat het misschien wat later kon worden, 10 minuutjes max. Maar dat ik nog wel even vroeg, of is max misschien even een verkeerd woord vandaag?
Ja, ik kan me voorstellen dat Hamilton, tenminste, ik denk dat Hamilton een verkeerd woord is.
Hamilton foto op de achtergrond mag alles. Nee, daar hoeven jullie hoeven je niet druk te maken. Kevin die zegt nog inderdaad, we wachten rustig af, maar we zijn er. Simon die is er, die zegt nu alweer fashionably late, altijd. Max is hier bijna, geen grap, maar wel een ander. En hij laat zijn Toto poster hangen.
Ja, ik denk ook, nu je het hebt over Simonneke, onze bieromaniac. Dat hij... maar hij kan meedoen. Als het goed is, heeft hij ook zulke bieren als die wij als eerste gaan...
Ik heb de link al gestuurd, dus het is nog even wachten, maar we zien wel even wat hij doet. Corné die zegt nog, Thijs en die waren er inderdaad mooi vroeg bij. We've got Craig over at Camp Beer Reviews chiming in saying, evening guys.
Hey, Craig.
Evening, Craig. If you at any point feel like dropping in, I can send you the link. We're talking about, well, actually I can just quickly say that right now. We're doing a little bit of a talk about Rauch 'em if you got 'em, smoke 'em if you got 'em. We're going for a little bit of Rauch beer. We're going to talk about some traditional beer styles and, how things work and people's views on them and what people like to... see, there you go. Talk about your traditionals. Always a very nice one to have as well. So there's that. And, So if you feel like I can drop you the link, just let me know. Send me a message and we should be fine.
Evening, Greg.
Evening, Greg. Lars, die kijkt mee. Goedenavond, Lars.
Hey, goedenavond.
Davos chiming in with a cheers, guys. How you doing? We're doing pretty good. As you can see, we are on the which one do you have, Douglas? I have the Fassenbier.
Ah, nice. That was a nice one. Het is echt een fantastisch bier, Thomas. Zeker.
It's gorgeous. It's beautiful.
I have this one, the Weizen. Also a nice one. Drank it before.
I love that one as well. En dan vraagt Thijs, die vraagt nog wat drinken we. Nou, wat we gaan doen is even in het Nederlands nu. We gaan even we beginnen met een hele traditionele en daarom ook de grap in de naam van de stream. Rauch 'em if you got 'em, oftewel smoking 'em if you got 'em. We gaan het even over rauchbier hebben. En daarna even over andere traditionele bierstijlen. Gaan we een beetje gewoon lekker onschuldig kletsen. Craft Beer Specialist. Eindelijk even tijd om rustig te zitten. Donderdag gesloten. Hey, gefeliciteerd man. Tof.
Hey, gefeliciteerd. Ja.
Altijd gaaf.
Sindsdien non-stop aan het klussen. Ja, er komt een keer een eind aan. Tenzij helpt mijn man als klusser. Dan gaat het wat langer duren, denk ik. Maar...
Denk ik ook wel. Maar altijd tof. Dus hopelijk betekent dat we binnenkort even een middagje bij Baks kunnen rondhangen, Lars. Dat lijkt me tof.
Dus dan gaan we naar Baks met Kees en Lars.
Kom maar weer langs.
Zeker. Gezellig.
Goed. Kees heeft nog even 3 schlenken La Krausen opgehaald bij de microfoon.
Ja, ik hoor iedereen over die Krausen. ja, ik ben er wel heel benieuwd naar. Ik moet zeggen, Rinse had hem afgelopen zaterdag helaas niet staan, anders had ik hem ook meegenomen. Maar ik ben er heel benieuwd naar.
Ik ook. Sjoerd die zegt, ik heb de Schlenkelaar Doubleback staan, maar helaas niet koud. Die kun je ook wel drinken op, weet je, ik weet niet hoe. Als je zegt, ik zet hem even een half uurtje in de koelkast, 3 kwartier, en dan is die ook echt wel goed. De Doubleback die zit denk ik rond de 8%.
Ja, ik dacht het wel. Maar misschien wel een goede, nu Short dat zegt. Ik weet niet, had jij die doppelbok ook van Schlenkelaar of niet?
Nee. Ik heb hierna nog...
Mocht ik die nog voor je kunnen regelen?
Graag.
Ik had je al gezegd, hè, ik ga waarschijnlijk voor de herfst sowieso een mooie bestelling doen. Daar wou Kees geloof ik ook meedoen.
Ja.
Maar misschien is het iets voor in het najaar, als het weer bokbiertijd is. Maar dat we dan in plaats van de Nederlandse bok, dat we Duitse bokbieren gaan drinken bijvoorbeeld. Met een doppelweizen erbij en zo'n mooie Rauchbier van Schlenkelaar.
Ik vind het helemaal top.
Ook op een zaterdag of zondagavond of zo, lijkt me fantastisch.
Gaan we regelen. Ik vind het helemaal top, dus hou me maar op de hoogte. Davo die drinkt een Siren and Anniversary Made in 2020. Blended barrel-aged barley wine, divine creation from Siren as always. I will check out your description on Untapped when you do it. We'll definitely check that out. Kevin zegt al vanmiddag de Schlenkelaar Doppelbock op. Goed bier, zit nu aan een porter van 6,8%. Van Robinson's Brewing, geniet ervan, kerel. Eind augustus moeten we grotendeels klaar zijn. Daarna kan we baks hangen, zeker. Komt dat helemaal goed.
Gaaf.
Help mijn man eens klussen. En dan ook Douglas in zijn blokhut.
ja, daarom heb ik ook nog steeds geen studio. Ik ben zo'n type van help mijn man eens klussen, zeg maar.
Ja, dat. Ongetwijfeld. Daar komt het op neer. 2 linkerhanden die vent. Nee, ik heb nog geen idee, Thijs. Ik ben er nog niet echt dag per dag. Dus ik moet nog even zien. Laten we eens even hebben over het bier. Ik heb de mijne al ingeschonken, want jullie kunnen allemaal een volledig, en kan Douglas hem even uitschenken. Jullie kunnen binnenkort een volledige review verwachten van dit bier op het kanaal. Ik heb hem namelijk net gefilmd, dus daarom heb ik hem al in het glas. Kijk, die bul, jongen.
Ik word alleen al vrolijk als ik het inschenk. Omdat ik ook weet wat het gaat worden. Of je moet een geïnfecteerd flesje hebben, dan wordt het een ander verhaal natuurlijk, maar...
Ja, dat weet ik, maar ik weet niet waar jij vrolijk van wordt. Maar tenzij jij echt een ding hebt met fisting, dat is gewoon echt een vuist aan schuim daar.
Ja, dat is wel... en dan heb ik hem nog niet eens heel roughly gepoerd, om het maar zo te zeggen. Maar ja, zit... Ik ben helemaal niet... Als ik dit ruik, dan ben ik helemaal niet weg van die barbecue. Heerlijk. Ik had geen buikspek op de barbecue, maar als je dit zo ruikt, dan...
Heb ik nog genoemd in de review, inderdaad.
Ja, serieus? Oh, gaaf.
Ik heb nog even genoemd buikspek. Dat je echt, als je je ogen dicht doet, en dan zie je gewoon... Je neemt een slok, en je ruikt, je neemt een slok. En dan, zo zei ik het letterlijk, dan zie je gewoon echt dat stuk buikspek, echt het vet druipend, weet je, op die grill liggen. En ja, ik vind het geniaal. Spoiler alert, weet je al wanneer die online komt? Of ga je dat niet verklappen? Nee hoor, dat is bij mij altijd... Als ik denk, ik ga vandaag een review weer uploaden. Jullie weten, over het algemeen heb ik... de maandag, de woensdag en de zaterdag zijn de vaste dagen. En dan zie ik daarna altijd wel een beetje... soms gooi ik er wat tussendoor. Dus ik kijk ik ben er benieuwd naar. Nee, ik ook. Nou, ik weet hoe die is nu. Dus, ja, maar dat is waar. Maar over het algemeen, want we gaan dus een beetje praten. Het is niet zozeer... Je mag best vertellen natuurlijk wat je van het bier vindt. Maar we gaan niet echt reviewen. Het is meer gewoon kletsen over. Want Rauchbier, er zijn echt nog maar een paar... brouwerijen, volgens mij zelfs in Duitsland maar 2, die Rauchbier nog echt 100% helemaal compleet traditioneel en in-house doen. Dat ze dus echt hun eigen gerstemout drogen. Ja. En dat is een beetje het idee van een Rauchbier natuurlijk. Vroeger moet je rekening houden, alle bieren waren vroeger in principe gerookt op een bepaalde manier. Want dat wanneer je de gerst hebt en het moet mouten en je moet het weer drogen, je moet het kilnen. Ja, dat kon alleen over vuur, want er was niks anders. Je had niet stoommachines of elektrisch verwarmen, dat je het op... Het ging altijd... Het ging altijd... Hey Simon! Het ging altijd met vuur. Alles goed, jongen?
Ja, rustig.
Goedenavond, Simon.
Goedenavond.
Hij heeft hem er ook bij.
Welke is het, kerel?
Krautsen?
Oh, jij hebt de Krautsen.
Oh, je hebt de Krautsen. Oh, gaaf.
Hij gaat hem uit het flesje leuren, wedden?
Nee hoor,
Oh.
ik ben wel gek, maar niet zo gek. Oh.
Maar Simon, is het
Ja?
ook een gekruist bier?
Ja, ik weet dus niet, dat was dus mijn vraag. Of ik wilde het in deze livestream op gaan zoeken, of ik wilde het aan jullie vragen. Maar ik heb dus geen idee wat een krautsen is.
Ja, ik heb wel ooit... Ik ga het wel even de letterlijke term opzoeken. Want intussen, terwijl ik dit zeg... Want ik heb het vaak...
Kijk.
Krautsen was voor mij ook wel een nieuw, hoor.
Kijk, het kleurtje van Simon die is toch heel anders dan wat wij hebben natuurlijk.
Wacht, laat me even kijken.
Want jij
Ja,
hebt het op, of wat heb jij?
ja,
Ik heb tegen wie heb je het nu?
Jij liet hem als eerst zien, Douglas. Dus,
Dat is omdat ik hem als eerste liet zien.
Wacht even, we hebben even een correctie nodig. Het is geen winkelketen, hè? Douglas.
Ja.
Sorry.
Douglas is de parfumeriezaak. Nee, ik heb de Weizen, Simon. Deze.
Oh, dat is helemaal geen... Dat had ik niet verwacht. Ik heb de Weizen ook staan. Die wou ik eigenlijk pakken, maar toen dacht ik, ja, het is al te laat om nog een Weizen te pakken. En het echte warme weer is al weg. Dus ik dacht, nou, laat ik het dan maar niet doen. En...
Juist
dus
nog mooi
dan
dat we alle
is het
drie een
deze
andere hebben.
Ja, nee, dat schijnbaar. Want Thomas heeft dus een andere. Of is dat dan Thomas?
Ja, dat is
ook
Thomas
al-
inderdaad. Dat hast du gern gut gesehen.
Thomas, niet.
Thomas, ich schaue dir das mal an. Nee, ik heb het vastenbier, de Landbier. Dit is zeg maar zo'n typerend vastenbier. Eigenlijk is bijvoorbeeld Doppelbock. Is ook een beetje zo'n vastenbier. Bier van een iets hoger alcoholpercentage. Deze is 5,9. Wat is die Krautsen trouwens voor alcoholpercentage, Simon?
Laat me maar zien.
Dan zien ze dat maar
Dat
aan.
is...
Staat aan de achterkant.
4,5%.
Hoeveel?
4,5.
4,5.
Ja.
Maar het is dus echt, dit is zo'n bier dat gebrouwen werd, het vastenbier ervoor in de vastenperiode. Hè. Het is natuurlijk in principe, bier is vloeibaar brood. Dat was een manier, want ze mochten dan niet eten, maar ze mochten wel vloeistoffen tot zich nemen. Ja, en op deze manier kun je dus toch calorieën en via gist krijg je ook vitamine en dergelijke mineralen binnen. Dus je krijgt voedingsbronnen en calorieën binnen zonder dat je eet. Je bent nog wel steeds aan het vasten.
Ja.
Geldt dat vandaag de dag ook nog? Of is dat die maas in de wet inmiddels gedicht?
Volgens mij is dat nog steeds eentje die officieel geldt, maar...
Want ik heb het idee dat er ook mensen zijn die niet eens water drinken. Of in ieder geval echt alleen maar water dan, max.
Ja, ik weet
Ik heb me er nooit in verdiept, maar ik hoor altijd rare dingen daarover. Dat is bij de voetbal ook altijd, want dan drinken ze niet in die hittepauze. Dat ik denk, hoe dan?
Ik weet dat ik iemand ken die in de traditionele... even kijken, hoe oud is die nou? 71, dus die is wel opgegroeid in een traditionele Rooms-Katholieke omgeving. En dat inderdaad hij zoiets had van... het hele vastenbier-idee had hij echt nog nooit van gehoord. Dus dat vond hij wel inderdaad een bijzondere. Dus hij had zoiets van, ja, dat was voor hem onbekend. Maar misschien, ik heb het nu echt over natuurlijk uit die 1500, 1600 allemaal in die periode.
Toen konden er wel meer dingen die tegenwoordig niet meer door de beugel kunnen zeggen.
Nou, inderdaad.
Ja. Ja.
Ik probeer nog... mijn Duits is zo slecht. Ik heb even wat gevonden over...
Terwijl je nog het zoeken bent, Thomas. Hè? We hadden het net over dat er nog 2 traditionele brouwerijen zijn die zeg maar volgens het oude principe roken. Zaten die niet allebei in Bamberg? Of in ieder geval allebei in het Beierse gedeelte?
Ik weet niet of ze alle twee in Bamberg, maar volgens mij wel alle twee daar in het Beierse gedeelte. Dat staat volgens mij zelfs ook op de website van Schlenkelaar. Dat kan ik straks wel even opzoeken. Intussen ben ik nog steeds aan het zoeken wat nou echt een Krausenbier is. En het enige wat ik een beetje kan vinden op Beer Advocate is dat... mensen, dan gaat het altijd weer over die cookie-verklaringen, weet je.
Hou op, schij uit.
Ja.
Ga ervan uit dat iemand ze wil, dus zet gewoon altijd alles meteen standaard uit.
Ja, maar dat is juist de grap, dat moet je niet willen. Want dan ga je nooit geld verdienen.
Het enige is, het is een Pilsner style. Het valt onder de Pilsners lagers.
Het is wel een lager.
Het is een lager, maar voor de rest... Ik kan er weinig over vinden.
Dat verklaart ook wel de lichtere kleur bij Simon dan in dat geval natuurlijk.
En er staat ook Hella Brouw op. Ik weet niet of dat dan... Oh, dat is de plek, denk ik, waar het gebrouwen wordt. Oh ja, want er staat een punt. Het is brouwwater, gerstemout, hop en... wat is het ook alweer? Heffen? Tarwe, toch?
Ja.
Nee, heffen is gist.
Oh ja.
Ja, joh.
Oh ja,
Ja, heffen is gist.
Oké.
ja.
Heffen, weizen bestaat... Ja, heffen is het Duitse woord voor gist.
Maar
Simon... Ik weet niet over welke delen jullie het al gehad hebben, maar... Alleen dit al. Waarom drinken niet meer mensen dit? Dit is in Nederland gekocht. 2,69, halve liter. Gekhuis. Daar kan een vrachtwagen niet tegenop, zeg maar.
Nee. En dat is een beetje het denk ik, ook punt een beetje van de livestream. Het is namelijk gewoon, voor mij merk ik dat heel veel van die traditionele stijlen, en sommige die zijn nog wel heel bekend, wat wij nog zo als traditionele stijlen zien, zijn dus dingen zoals je blond bier, je triple, dubbels. Weet je, die worden best nog wel gedronken en verkocht, zeker wanneer de bierdrinkers net beginnen. Maar als je nou gaat kijken naar bijvoorbeeld traditionele stijlen zoals, nou, we hebben het over een schikkelbier, kellerbier, we hebben het over de echte traditionele bokbieren. En dan niet een beetje wat er van gemaakt is nu, maar de echte classics.
Altbier.
Altbier, denk aan altbier, dat soort dingen. Het begint een beetje kwijt te raken. En ook dat Rauchbier-concept. We merken nu de laatste tijd dat bepaalde stijlen weer een beetje terugkomen. Een beetje populariteit van bepaalde lagers bijvoorbeeld. En we zien weer, het Compaan die heeft net de Märzen op de markt gegooid. Uit die lagertails. Er zat ook een gerookt bier erin.
Ja, dat was ook erg lekker trouwens. Zo, van Compaan. Dus als je daar aan kan komen, Simon, wil ik je echt aanraden. Of heb je die al gehad?
Nee.
Smoked Vienna Lager.
Ja, ik weet net. Ik heb 2, maar in mijn leven, over klassieke stijlen gesproken, ik heb maar 2 of 3 van die Vienna's überhaupt op. En die waren dat zijn allebei van die bieren dat ik denk, prima, maar niet om voor te gaan zitten, weet je wel. En toen dacht ik, je betaalt er toch weer, ik weet niet wat die kostte, maar 2,50, 3,50 ben je waarschijnlijk zo kwijt.
Voor welke bier bedoel je? Voor die
smokelager van...
Die was 2,99. Ik heb er nog eentje staan. Ik zou hem straks zo kunnen opentrekken. Volgens mij 2,99. Ik vind, maar dat is ook wel een punt. Want ik kan me voorstellen dat heel veel mensen dat, terwijl ze best wel 5 of 6 euro neer willen leggen voor een Nijpa, dat het hele idee van een smoked Vienna lager, dat ze dan zeggen 3 euro. Ik weet niet hoor. Het is maar 5% en het is gerookt. En...
Ja, maar bij IPA's bestaat de discussie natuurlijk ook al van, die zijn ook relatief duur voor wat het is. Ik bedoel, het is veel hop en hop is prijzig. Dat weet je als je er wat dieper in zit, zeg maar. Maar als jij gewoon kijkt van iets met wat hopjes in, als je af en toe die prijzen ziet die voor een IPA gerekend worden, denk ik, gek huis.
Ja, maar eens. Maar, sorry Dakkers, je wil zeggen, ga je gaan.
Nou, ik wou aan Simon vragen. Jij zei net, ik heb die Weizen ook nog staan voor Schlenkelaar. Heb je die al wel eens gedronken?
Nee, ik heb alleen de Märzen van Schlenkelaar.
Wat vond je daarvan, vragen mag?
Van de Märzen?
Ja.
Als ik het als een Märzen bekijk, of gewoon mijn eerste aanraking met Schlenkelaar aan zich?
Beide. Misschien beide.
Ja, we moeten way back. Ik had helemaal niks met rookbieren. Of waar zo'n rokerige hint in zat. Ik bedoel, als het vatgerijpt was en het was peated, dan liet ik het ook per definitie staan. We hebben het denk ik over een jaar of 3, 4 geleden. Toen niet eens zo heel lang geleden. Toen ben ik er voorzichtig en toen heb ik de cocaïne van de streek.
Die heeft niks.
Maar dat was toen een van die rookbieren dat een vriend van mij zei, die moet je echt drinken. En toen dacht ik, nee, dit is het echt niet, weet je wel. Dan heb je het over die afgelikte boterhap of afgelikte barbecue, uitgelikte asbak. Dat karakter had ik het toen nog over. Toen ben ik door de witte rook van Jopen in aanraking gekomen met een bier waarin het subtieler kan. Dus dacht ik, dit kan best leuk zijn. En toen heb ik er nog 1 of 2 op. En toen kwam dus die Schlenkelaar, die Märzen. En daar is het gewoon allemaal heel subtiel. Het is zeker typerend, maar het blijft wel gewoon mild en zacht. Het is eerder een soort van hijgje, een soort van puffje wat er overheen hangt.
En hoe vind je dan de rook in deze? Want hoe is de rook voor jou in die Krautsen? Krautsen? Ja, zoiets.
Ja, nou ja, ik maakte hem dus open, want ik wist even niet meer precies wat ik ging drinken. Ja, ik wist dat het Schlenkelaar was. Maar ik was niet even bezig met het rokerige aspect. En toen dacht ik van oké, waar ruikt zo'n Krautsen dan naar? En nog steeds kom ik niet veel verder dan dat rookje. Maar het is gewoon een heel fijn, zacht rookje. En het is nergens overdadig, maar het is wel heel kenmerkend.
Het verschilt wel per bierstijl die ze hebben, hoor. Want de Helles bijvoorbeeld, Douglas, die heb jij onlangs nog gedronken.
Ja, beide.
Die
Unfiltriert en undifiltriert.
Ja.
Maar de Helles was toch alleen maar rokerig, omdat hij toevallig in een rokerige ketel bereid werd.
Ja,
Maar
ja, klopt.
Ja, precies.
Juist, er is geen gerookte mout bij, maar toch was er een hele lekkere, doordrinkbare lager met een vleugje rook eroverheen. En ook daarin was het, dat is misschien wel, zeg maar, waarin de rook wel het subtielst is.
Mm-hmm.
Ja, precies.
Ten opzichte van de andere. En ik ben heel erg benieuwd naar jouw beleving met de Weizen. En ik wil je dan ook adviseren van ga er wel even voor zitten. Want als je echt de tijd neemt om de smaken te ontleden, dan vind ik het wel heel mooi dat je tenminste, ik ga dan even uit van hoe ik het ervaren heb. Dat je een hele mooie combi hebt van het rokerige. En als je even goed gaat zoeken en proeven, dan vind je ook dat banaantje weer terug van de Weizen.
Nou, dus ik vind basis nog wel een typerende Weizen. Of is dat wel, wordt dat wel overklast door die rook? Daar ben ik heel benieuwd naar.
Nee, het is een typerende donkere Weizen. Ja.
Ik vind dat net als deze, dit vind ik wel een van de Schlenkelaars waarin de rook wat heftiger naar voren komt. Deze Vastenbier. Dus ik denk ook de Weizen was voor mijn gevoel wel wat intenser gerookt. Ik heb hier dus niet een zweempje rook. Het eerste waar ik aan denk is, dit is gewoon, toen ik hem opentrok en ik rook, dat was gewoon buikspek. Gerookt buikspek. Echt, dat is het eerste wat ik...
Je zei dat de Weizen intenser gerookt was? Of is deze intenser?
Ik vind ze beide op hetzelfde niveau zitten.
Oké.
En ik dacht de Märzen voor mijn gevoel inderdaad wat minder.
Ja, bij de Märzen vond ik ook echt dat je de Märzen er wel uit kon halen.
Ja.
Met inclusief rook. Ja.
En dat krijg je hier ook zeker trouwens, hoor. Er zit wel echt meer in dan alleen...
een zweempje.
Een zweempje. Want ik zit namelijk even te kijken. Ik ga zo nog even het comments langs. Want je hebt dus inderdaad ook in die Schlenkelaars wel gradaties, hoor. En dat kunnen ze natuurlijk ook doen door gebruiken van zowel gerookte als niet gerookte mouten. Want ze gebruiken natuurlijk hun eigen gerookte mouten. Dan kun je natuurlijk mee spelen van hoeveelheden. Persoonlijk hou ik er heel erg van als die heel intens gerookt is. Ik vind dat geen punt. Voor mij mag dat echt zo intens zijn. Maar ik kan me voorstellen, als je dus nog nooit een Schlenkelaar gehad hebt, dat wordt je eerste. Want ik weet ook nog, voordat ik heel erg into craft beer was, dat ik ook een keer een Schlenkelaar had. En ik ook dacht, nou, dit is echt, wat is dit?
Maar hoe zat jij in je whisky game dan?
Ja, wat grappig is, in mijn whisky game was het dus heel anders. Daar ben ik vanaf dag 1. Vanaf dag 1 ben ik verliefd geworden op mijn Lagavulins, mijn Lafroys, al dat soort dingen. Dat kon me niet rokerig genoeg.
En toch was het Schlenkelaar toen nog een shock, of was dat voor je whisky game ook?
Ja, maar het is een heel andere manier van rokerig. Kijk, peaty en smoky, het is een heel ander soort. Het zijn van die earthy tones. Het zijn van die grondse aardse tonen.
Ja, en hier heb je echt buikspek, zeg maar, idee. Barbecue, ja.
Het is een heel andere manier van gerookt. En hoe dat gedaan wordt, hoe dat gedaan wordt is natuurlijk logisch. Kijk, de reden waarom ze het peaty noemen. Peaty is turvig. Peaty is niet rokerig. Peat is het Engelse woord voor turf.
Ja.
In de bierwereld wordt het wel vaak een beetje misgebruikt. Dat mensen zeggen, het is een beetje een rokerig bier. Hij is een beetje peaty. Nee. Peaty, geturfd, dat is bijvoorbeeld... hoe heet dat? Iodine. Jodium. Het is ook rokerig, hoor, maar het is jodium. Het is gronds en aards. Het kan ziltig zijn. Het kan van alles zijn, maar het is niet alleen het rokerige. Alleen omdat dat rokerige komt omdat het in de fik stond. Maar dat turvige, dat is dus inderdaad al die andere dingen wat je uit de grond haalt, het turf. En wat ik laatst al zei, Lafroy, ik voel mezelf nog... Ik wil nou niet doen alsof ik een van de patser ben, maar ik had laatst die komt nog uit. Het was een bier die was gerijpt op Kalila vaten. Het was een mystery bier. Nou, ik pakte dus meteen de Kalila eruit. Het heeft een hele specifieke eigen karakter. Net als Schlenkelaar een heel specifiek eigen karakter qua gerookt heeft. Dat bijna buikspekachtige. Ja, dat krijg ik eigenlijk alleen van Schlenkelaar. Andere rookbieren zijn weer anders.
Simon, om even op jouw vraag terug te komen. De allereerste keer dat ik een rookbier dronk, vond ik het ook niet lekker. Datzelfde had ik toen ik mijn eerste Berliner Weisse. Dat was echt een traditionele Berliner Weisse. In Duitsland gooien ze daar dan vaak een shotje grenadine of zo bij. Hè? Nou, als je echt zo'n goede, zure Berliner Weisse hebt en je drinkt dat voor de eerste keer terwijl je amper wat speciaal bier kennis hebt, ja, dan moet je even doorheen. En zo'n rookbier als dit geef ik nu bij wijze van spreken een 4 uit 5. Terwijl had je wel aan het begin van mijn bierperiode gedaan, dan had ik hem misschien een 2 gegeven bij wijze van.
Dat is die discussie op zich inderdaad, van hoe reed je je bier? Want inderdaad, als ik mijn eerste aanrakingen met pils in het algemeen kijk, maar ook met stouts, dat vond ik echt niet te hachelen. Maar wie ben jij dan om het als slecht te reten? Ik doe het wel gewoon, maar ik ben daar wel nu bewuster mee in de comments bezig. Dat ik dan denk, oké, ik denk dat het aan mij ligt. Dus reed ik hem in de comments in plaats van dat ik hem global afsabel, zeg maar, voor het algemene cijfer.
Dat snap ik, want er zijn mensen die dan bijvoorbeeld, het is zuurbier en ik hou niet van zuur, dus ik geef hem een kwart. Dat vind ik dan zo dom, want je houdt niet van zuurbier. Waarom ga je het dan drinken en een rating geven?
Ja, kijk, in het hele YouTube-verhaal is dat natuurlijk voor mij in ieder geval een ander ding. Ik heb ooit die Rosé de Cambrines van, ik meen Cantillon, is dat, gedronken. Ja, en die ga ik dan gewoon op basis van gevoel. Oh, we have to shift.
Ja, we gotta do a little bit of a...
Hey.
Lateral movement hier.
Maak hem even af, Simon.
Ja, precies. Maar qua gevoel ga ik dan relaties leggen naar dingen als gewoon een klassieke rosé. Dat soort smaakkarakters. Nou, die hele video, daar heb ik meerdere DM'tjes over gehad van gast, wat ben je in godsnaam aan het doen?
Ik denk dat ik maar eens opzoeken die video dan. Want...
Ja, weet je wat het is, Simon? Je moet groeien in zijn rol en groeien in je stijlen. Dus ja. Ja,
maar ik denk dat dan ga je dus buiten je comfortzone. Dus ik wist dat het een stijl was die niet aan mij gelegen was. Ja. En toch was ik er nieuwsgierig naar van oké, hoe vind ik dat dan? Want het is, kijk, Cantillon is gewoon een brouwerij die goed is in wat hij doet. Maar dat hoeft niet te zeggen dat iedereen het lekker vindt.
Two more seconds.
Good evening,
counting down.
How you doing, buddy?
Dawkins.
I'm awesome, man. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
We're good.
We're on the Schlenkelaar, so there you go. That's always good.
Yeah. I tried to grab a Schlenkerler on my way home, but I didn't see one. So there you go.
Is that even available over there?
Oh yeah. Like,
but against which price?
For like a bottle, like the regular Marzen or whatever, probably like $5 American for a bottle.
But what about the cans? Because those are canned in America. So is there a price difference there?
Oh yeah, the cans are. I want to say they're $15 for a 4-pack.
Okay,
that's not too bad. That's not even. That's not even.
$3.75 each.
Yeah, $3.75 a can. And that's the cans are what, the unfiltered version, I believe. Like the cans we get are different than the bottle. The bottles are unfiltered and the cans are either or. Okay.
I would say probably then the cans are filtered because the bottle here specifically says for example this Fastenbier, it says specifically unfiltered.
Okay, yeah. So the cans are filtered. I'm assuming that has to do with maybe transport. They have to filter it before transport, maybe because
probably
maybe if it's active and live, it won't ship as well.
Could be, because how long is that? No, that wouldn't make sense. No, that
wouldn't make sense. Trip. I mean, when I ship a container from China to my job, it takes like 2 weeks. So I would assume a container from England to the United States, it has to take it, or Europe, the United States has to take at least a week. You know what I mean? Like, it's not quick. I
always thought it would be like at least like 4 to 6 weeks to ship a container, but
no, I think it's 2 weeks. Maybe I'm misremembering. I don't know.
Could be. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, it's not like I'm in a shipping.
Yet still, I think cans are fairly more sensitive, because in triple beers, I never seen a can that has, I don't know the English word for it, maar nagisting op fles.
The
There
yeast
is-
pot. That's a,
Yeah.
what the, Matt, what's the English term for when you put like the yeast deposit in the it's bottle conditioned?
Bottled
Bottle
condition.
condition, that's the
But what we're trying to say is, I don't know why I said Mark. But like what we're trying to say is that, like the Schlenkerler cans actually don't get canned in Europe. They actually send a tanker of the beer to the United States, and then they can them over here.
Nice.
Okay.
I think they do that with like a lot of these German breweries these days, right? I know that Schneider does it.
Well, no,
Stefano does it.
It's only the importer, so it's not like necessarily like all the European breweries are doing it. It's like this specific one importer called Be United is the name of the importer.
Oh,
they're the one. That's their thing. Like they're actually like when you have the bigger breweries like Schneider Weiss and stuff like that. I think they might actually have a United States facility. They might even be making beer over here. I'm not quite sure. When you talk about the smaller breweries that don't have like global facilities or anything like that, like JW Lee's, like Schlenkerler, like I still get the Schlenkerler bottles, but I also get the cans too. So there's options for both, but that one importer, Be United, does a bunch of canning of other people's stuff. They order the tanker and they do all the canning on their end, so it has nothing to do with the actual brewery themselves.
Does that happen in Europe as well?
What, that we ship stuff from America to the Netherlands and then can or bottle it here?
Yeah.
No.
Not
as far as I know. There's
I actually don't know anybody who does that besides Be United.
I think, by the way, Matt, that because you just mentioned, I do know that because Sean, Mike, and I once did a review of Why is Stefana. They do specifically say that it's brewed in Germany. Oh, Christ, there's an echo there. It's brewed in Germany and bottled in America. So they at least specifically say that they brew it in Germany, but for the other ones, you could very well have it could very well be that they have like American locations right now where they brew it, because in the end, that's probably a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, the footprint of beer in a tanker versus cans, like you don't even think about it that way, or even bottles. You're like, okay, you sent like a cargo container of cans or bottles, like you don't realize how much space you're losing from just everything being in the vessel. Like liquid is so much, like, it fits in any container. So if you fit a tanker full of beer, even if it's like twice as much beer. You know what I mean? Like when you see that container, like it's almost like if you do it just in a big like vat, you're gonna get twice as much beer. It doesn't seem like that because you don't visualize it in your brain that way, but you get so much more.
Especially considering all the we talked about that with the having cans in your house because of how easy it is to store them in your fridge or whatever. But when you start thinking about bottles, there's so much empty space just because of the bottlenecks and the fact that the bottle is thick. There's the weight of the bottle included and everything. So per liter, you can ship a lot less beer that way. But at the end, of course, it will be more cost effective to just brew it in America. But I guess a lot of people would just not. Would they? Do you think if Via Stefano would open up a brewery in America, would people still consider it a German classic?
Yeah, I think people would. You know what I mean? Because like, I think people would to a certain extent. Maybe that's the better way to put it. Like I don't know, because it's like weird, because it's like, in the United States there's this old adage, which is bullshit because it's all marketing, but they're like, the best Guinness you'll ever have is the Guinness you have in Dublin. You know what I mean?
People still say that here as well.
Yeah, and it's like, but we have, most of the Guinness in the United States comes from Baltimore now, because they opened a brewery in Baltimore, Maryland, in the United States. So it's like, is it like, like, what are you doing? Are you like, does it really matter? It does to a certain extent, because you're talking about, like, back in the day, you're talking about like pre like 2000s, a lot of breweries' footprint or a lot of breweries' DNA was derived from their water source and flora and fauna of grain acquisition and things like that. Well, in today's world, basically what every brewery does is they take their water, they reverse osmosis their water to where it's neutral to nothing, and then they dose it with the same minerals and composites that their original brewery was at. So the breweries taste exactly the same. That's like everybody's like one of the amazing things about Budweiser or Coors or whatever is that you're going to get the same beer wherever you go. It doesn't matter where you go, you're going to get the same beer because they mastered the art of water conditioning and grain acquisition, I guess you would say. But that's every brewery does it now. Every brewery does it now. Like even locally to me, a brewery that I sent you, Thomas, was Carton Brewing. They have they actually have two different brewery lines. They have their brewery line, which is in New Jersey. They live in the Atlantic Highlands in New Jersey, and their water profile is very distinct. So they make beers specifically. There's beers that they make that they'll only ever brew at their brewery. Then they actually make beers at a different facility in Connecticut, but you'll never get this what's the word, stable or this catalog of beers is only going to be in Jersey. Then the other catalog of beers is only going to be out of the other facility because the water table's so different. And instead of being like, okay, we're going to try to make both at both places and try to make them the same, be like, well, we'll tailor this set on this water table, and then we'll tailor the other set on this water table. You know what I mean? So that way everything's consistent.
Which is one of the most underappreciated aspects of brewing, the entire water treatment in itself. There was a discussion earlier today I had with somebody who was talking about, the differences between, hazies and New England style IPAs, and, how people are just, if you take the yeast and blah, blah, blah. And, when Heady was released and they wanted to recreate Heady, they took a little yeast deposits from cans and they wanted to recreate the yeast. And they still couldn't really nail it because, of course, you're sort of cloning the yeast, you're regrowing the yeast. But it's also that specific water treatment that Alchemist uses that has certain chemicals in it, whatever, that connects again with the yeast and does the little thing, creating that unique flavor profile. And that's where you can maybe it's something about Germany and the water there and in the soil, whatever. But for me, there's never been a more clear example of the specific Weizen than one from Germany. You can take all the same ingredients and all the same brewing techniques and ever, if you don't have that exact water treatment right. I've never had a Hefeweizen from the Netherlands or wherever that tasted as good as one from Germany, from any of the German breweries. And I don't know if that has anything to do with water treatment in Germany, the way that, I don't know, but for me,
yeah, I mean, it's like a race car, It's like racing rather than a race car, Like you could have ownership, the driver, the pit crew, the car. Let's say those are the 4 ingredients in beer. Well, if one of those ingredients is off, the driver's not good, or the person that creates the car isn't doing the best, or whatever, it's going to be off. Well, when you start to kind of expand and start to get more moving parts, so now you have to have an electronics team, now you have to have a scouting team, now you have to have all these other parts. If something goes wrong in any of those core elements, the beer might not be ruined, but it might be slightly different. But if you have things change slightly different in a couple different directions, then you're talking about a markedly different outcome. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? So it's not like you have to have this huge shift in whatever, if everybody's up, think about it, like everybody's going 100%. Well, if this place is only doing 97, well, that's only 3%. But if you have 98, 97, 99, and 92, then it's like, that's fucking like 15% difference across the board. And that's where things kind of go sideways.
Just so you know, by the way, race car driving today, a bit of a hot topic in the Netherlands, just so you know.
Yeah. That's an understatement. Matt,
yes.
Have you ever tried both Schlenkelaars, as from the can, as from the bottle?
I have had sort of the Fest beer, the Lenten beer. Is that what you're drinking, like the Lent?
Yeah, I have the Lent beer here.
Okay, I've never had the actual Lenten beer. But I've had the base Marzen, I've had the lager, I've had the Doppelbock, there's one other one I've had, but there's the only one I've had in cans ever was the lager, like the just a base the one that we were talking about, like so like I've had a few of them. We can get them over here. It's not like every place you go to, but it's oddly enough a beer that's like so old school over here that you can kind of find it kind of easily. Like it's like an old guard. It's almost like Chimay over here. Like Chimay, like it's not as popular as Chimay over here, but it's been around for so long that a lot of places carry Schlenkler just because it's been here for decades.
Did you mention any notices between differences between the one in the can and the one in the bottle?
I've never done them side by side. It would be a fun thing to do, but I've never done them side by side. So we'll see. I don't remember. Honestly, it's so few and far removed. And just to say this before Tom chimes in, but the can, I think they only do it once a year. So they do it in August. So like any can I would pick up now would be not that good. Like it would be almost a year.
Okay.
So next time they come out with the cans, I'll do a side by side.
Yeah. Okay. I'm curious. Thanks.
Yeah, that's an interesting point anyway, because there was a discussion somewhere last week where people. So I sent you guys a link that the what's it called, the Saison du Pont. You guys are getting it in pint cans. I don't know if you've already seen it, but apparently
I did see that, and I saw it on the shelf one place like a week and a half ago, but only one place. Every single other place I've gone to has had Saison du Pont in 750s and 4-packs, but they haven't had them in cans. But I saw one place that had them.
From what I gathered, it's basically just been released, so maybe you'll see them more. But the thing is, somebody here started making a comment like it can't be the same beer, and people were like, "Of course, it's still Saison du Pont, yeah, but it can't be the same beer because cans can't take." Yeast forward beers because of the pressure buildup, so they're going to be lower carbonated, and because it's going to be less yeast deposit and lower carbonated, it will be a markedly different beer than the one from the bottle. And I just kept thinking like that has to be bullshit because I've seen exactly that was my point of view as well. But I have seen so many of these classics. The only really dangerous beers, and this has been a topic for so long, are those fruits that go. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It's not that canned beer can't take pressure, because you can actually tune a canning system to like be more rigid against pressure.
Okay.
It's you can't have active. So the reason why those fruit beers explode is because there's fermentable sugar. And then when they're out in the can, out in the wild, if they're not refrigerated, the fermentable sugar starts to churn and get eaten again by the yeast to where they start to ferment in the can. To where there's a difference between bottle conditioning and re-fermentation. So like those cans start to re-ferment in a can to where the pressure gets super intense, they explode. Now, to have a bottle or have a can that actually can hold up to like carbonation, that's all. Like, when you force carbonate something, like you were talking about earlier, what's the term for that? It's like you want to reach a specific carbonation point. So it's not like when breweries bottle condition beers, like they didn't know if the carbonation was going to go crazy. They knew, okay, we pitched a specific amount of yeast. We have this specific amount of fermentable sugars left, so that way the bottle reaches a specific amount of fermentation or carbonation, I should say. It gets a certain amount of carbonation. Like a lot of Belgian beers are, bottle conditioned. You throw in enough yeast, there's enough sugar left, bang, you have the carbonation you need in the bottle. It's calculated. That's science. Yeah, right. The exploding can is like, okay, we put this beer out there, but there's so much extra fermentable sugars that it's just going to keep fermenting to the point where it explodes. So there's breweries in the United States that do like Brett and like Wild Culture stuff in cans, and those don't explode. Exactly. Because that's I should say mixed culture, because you have to be able to do that kind of thing where you're calculating. So it can be done. It can be done.
I will have to point out, by the way, the person saying all of this is somebody who is intensely hardcore when it comes to classic Belgian beer scene. So, not trying to knock that or be negative about it, but, I don't know what it's like for the hardcore fans of the Belgian beer scene in the United States, but here in Europe, in, Netherlands and, of course, Belgium, if it was done like it in the Belgian beer scene for like 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, don't change it, because we do not want any change in our beer scene. That is a blasphemy. The beer comes in a bottle. It always worked in a bottle. We don't want it in a can because beer doesn't belong in a can. Proper beer should be in a bottle. The entire, spiel where that happens. So if something like a Saison Dupont comes in not just an 11.7 ounce, but no, in like a pint can, a lot of Belgian beer fans are gonna not be happy around here.
I'm that guy, dude. Like I'm literally the guy you're talking about, or I was that guy you're talking about. Like,
was,
because it's like what is good? Like, let's put it this way. Like that same exact argument, and that's the thing. Like, if cans are legitimately a worse vessel, which that's very up for debate. The fact that they don't let light in gives them a huge advantage from the get, and the fact that like a beer can seal is as good as, if not a little bit better than a bottle cap, you're talking about like they already have a leg up. But it's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna be like horses are better because that, we've always rode horses. Cars suck. Fuck cars.
Nostalgia.
That's the worst way to get around is cars, man. I mean, horses. That's what I'm used to. I mean, the horses. You don't have to put gas in them. They're. It is. But it's like what at what level do you take that argument and make it kind of legit? Now, there's also no test bed for long-term aging on cans. Like, you could be like, can's a great vessel, and in a correct environment, it might hold up, but it's like, will it hold up? Because, as a old beer junkie like myself, like, I love a 20-year-old beer. Is 20 years too long for a can? I don't know, because the data doesn't exist. It's kind of like COVID, the vaccine. It's like they're like, the vaccine scientists say it'll only last a year. It'd be like, no, they say it only lasts a year because they have a year's worth of data. They're not saying it'll only last a year. They're saying it works for up to a year because we're now at a year. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it works. So that's kind of the way the cans work, is you don't know.
There's the only one that I really remember, I think, wasn't it Kyle over at No Hype? He did a 2016, I think 2015 1050 barrel aged, like the stovepipes. Yeah, that's the one that I really clearly remember. That he's the first one that I know that really took that beer and aged it for like 5 or 6 years. And he did not detect anything off in terms of there's aluminium. That's right, aluminium. Or anything weird in it, or like chemically wrong.
I always like when British Thomas shows up.
Aluminum. What the hell is an aluminum falcon? I'm going to go get another beer, by the way, and then we should go through some of the comments. So I'll be right back.
For some beers, I really like the bottles, Matt. For instance, like this one. I prefer a bottle instead of a can.
But what would be the first classic Belgium, like, let's say Trappist or another really ancient brewery that would even can? Or like, for instance, Wijn Stefane. When would they start canning?
Well,
Spencer does it, right?
Yes. Well, no, Spencer does a lot of bottles.
Most of they have some cans, right?
Well, I think they do, but not a ton. But I think a lot like Trappist breweries. Only one. Trappist breweries lean into bottles, and I should say bottles. Trappist breweries lean into nostalgia very hard because that's a lot of their marketplace is nostalgia. But let's put it this way, and this is probably the best, not say argument, best way I kind of put it. So if you talk to somebody right now, if you actually talk to somebody who said bottles are better than cans, and they were like, that's it, bottles are better than cans, that's all I have to say. That same person, if you said, would you rather a bottle of Westmalle or would you rather a draft of Westmalle from the brewery? What would they choose?
Draft.
And that's in a fucking
huge can. That's a huge can.
That's it.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Look, people love marketing, and they will always.
And those cans sit. It's not like those cans that they're pulling out of the tank and throwing them. They sit there for a long time. They'll age them themselves and throw them on. It's like, okay, so which is the aluminum bad, or is it just the fact that you're romanticizing a fucking bottle? That's
the best one, isn't it? Like exactly what you're saying. What the fuck do you think that the people are like? I don't want it from a can. Like a bottle is better. What the fuck do you think the metal thing is? Where it comes from? Like,
but those are still wooden, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, you have the wooden ones.
Oh no, here we go.
But for me, it isn't the difference between a can or a bottle or which one is better, but it's more a luxury, I think. And for some beers, I really like that in a bottle instead of.
I call it nostalgia. It nostalgia. We had a discussion about that the other day. It's nostalgia, and I like the look of the pretty bottle, but it doesn't mean. It hasn't to do with aging. It's just I don't know. It's the look of the pretty bottle, and that's it. But
it's an experience. Like you could drink. So if I take a specific beer, not Einbecker though, but if I take a specific beer, and that's because that in the last couple of Einbeckers had sucked balls. But if I take a specific beer and I drink it for a whole month, I'm going to have markedly different experiences every single day I've had that beer based on mood, based on environment, based on weather, based on whatever. So, like, there's something romantic about a bottle. There's no question to that. Same way with music, I pop on Spotify and I hit a music. That's great. But if I'm like relaxed, hanging out, I grab my turntable, I pull the record out, I throw it on, I put it on. There's something better about that experience. So you can't just be like, this thing is better this way. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's
matter. Different.
You know what I mean?
Like, so we talked about
a different feeling.
When we talked about the Schneider Weizen, when we talked about the Aventinas, that I was considering, am I going to buy it in bottle or in can? Not because of the aging or the conditioning or whatever. It would be fun to do it as an experiment. But for me, the Aventinus is like my Christmas beer. It's my go-to Christmas beer. And for some reason, when I have a Christmas dinner and I want to have the Aventinus, I just kind of like that romanticized. Again, that's the nostalgia romance idea of having that pretty bottle on the table at a fancy Christmas dinner. And then that can sort of like looks a bit odd. And I've had it both. I had it from can and from bottle. And there is no difference in the beer. They're both.
Oh, here's a perfect example. Okay. So we're doing Beer Tupapalooza in 3 weeks. Okay. Mm-hmm. We have a bunch of people coming down. You know what one beer I'm saving for that?
No?
Chimay.
Nice.
Which one? Why? Just a blue. Chimay blue.
Blue is the best.
Why? But I'm not saving a 12-ounce bottle. Why? I'm not saving a 750. I have a Magnum. I have a 3-liter bottle. That's why I'm saving it. I'm not saving it because it's Chimay. I mean, it's a 10-year-old bottle, but it's
a Magnum bottle.
It's a Magnum bottle. So I'm not saying I'm not immune to the bottle romance. Right. I love the bottle romance. I'm saving that bottle for everybody to come and pop it, and it'll be a pomp, all kind of pomp and circumstance, and we'll have fun with it. So I'm dismissing that. I'm just saying.
Talking about
scientifically, it probably doesn't make much sense.
I just hope one thing for you, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
That it doesn't give a gusher.
Well, even if it is, it'll be fun. It'll be fun either way.
Mr. Keith, how are you doing?
Good evening.
Hello. How you doing? I was just about to you're doing okay? What were you drinking there? Because it looked like
oh, that's Miller. That's Miller.
I knew it. I figured as much.
Nice.
Best clear bottle ever in the history of clear bottles. I'm just going to quickly pop to some of the comments here because we got a lot of them, and then we can go back to the discussion because I just realized I completely forgot about comments. So Cornea is saying that Douglas needs to work on a studio.
Yeah, sorry.
It
will come eventually.
Looks like a freaking 1970s soft porn movie set where you are right now, but
all that would.
It's the Deutsche Abend mit die Holländische Bierkollektiv. Douglas is asking, Lars is asking when you're going to do a new unpacking, Douglas, because it's been a while.
You
gotta send Douglas beer to do an unpacking. Beer. Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
Have you checked his channel lately? Basically, for every review, there's 2 unpackings. That's Douglas.
Sorry.
Vanessa's chiming in saying hi, Vanessa. I'm not sure if you're still there, but hello. Checking in with my favorite foreign language channel. Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
Joe Beer Review saying hello, and this is an interesting question because you guys actually, both of you reviewed it just recently. Thijs is asking, Castile Nitro Noir. I think for what you guys had, what was it again? Oh, never mind. I'm going to cut it off because...
No. We can talk about it. I'm just saying that beer's no mas, man. Like the Nitro Castile, it's not even the same thing. It's almost like if... it's almost like... Because like the Donker... Like... The Donker from Castile is like one of my favorite beers in the history of mankind, but that Nitro thing is not that beer. It's almost like someone said, "Here, take this beer and try to figure out how to make it out of a syrup, and then we'll put it in a tank of syrup and then ingest nitro into it." It's not the same fucking beer. It's not, and it's almost offensive to the point where I'm angry that they even gave it the same kind of name, because it was the barista. What was it? The
Barista Quad, yeah.
Barista Quad. The Barista Quad is fantastic.
Yeah.
That thing is not bad. The nitro thing is not bad, but it's not a nitro quad. It's more kind of like Starbucks like coffee drink beer. Like almost the thing that you would get like concentrated coffee.
So basically how Starbucks isn't coffee, but you can at least you can still sort of drink it and feel like this is
no.
Beer,
it's more like somebody went up to the people at what is it Van Honsenberg? What's Castile?
Yeah.
It's like someone went up to them and said, "Hey, I got an idea for you. I'm gonna take your brand, that beer. I'm gonna make some kind of like fizzy, like nitro drink." And just can I name it after that beer? And they went, yeah. Like that's what it's more like. It's not even like it's not beer. It's not even beer.
No.
It's Alco syrup drink. It's not beer.
It's the Bacardi Breezer. It's the what's it called?
Zima of
For Loco.
Yeah.
Fucking For Loco. Fucking what was it called again? Dragon Soup.
Or that green shit from the US. How was
Mountain Dew?
Yeah, Mountain Dew. Yeah.
Wait, Mountain Dew isn't alcoholic, is it?
No.
But no, it's not. But when you say green shit from the United States, I'm pretty sure that I knew what he was talking about. Mountain Dew. I just knew.
Kevin is chiming in, by the way. He says that his first Schlenkerla's were a bit too smoky, but it took him a little bit, but now he's really into it and trying more Schlenkerla's. If you look up the life cycle of Schlenkerla beers, that's everybody's first experience. Like literally, no one drinks Schlenkerla and goes, "This is the best smoked beer I've ever had." They go, "Wait, this is way too smoky." It's like beef. Yeah, but it's the same thing. It was like for smoking. It's like smoking itself, or coffee, or your sour beers.
Yeah.
Like nobody ever said like you had your first cigarette and you went like, "Oh, this is the bomb! I'm gonna really get fucking into this. I love this shit." Like nobody does that.
Yeah. Except for Keith.
But Keith is hardcore. That's why he's drinking Miller High Life. So Joe was saying that the Castile Nitro Series sucked. The quad was kind of okay. By the way, Joe, I hope you're okay. Joe is, of course, from Bel. I don't know if you guys heard from what's going on here in Europe.
The flooding, yeah.
Yeah. Germany itself, I believe, right now has over 100 people, 100 deaths, and several hundred, I believe, still missing.
It was last I saw, it was 200 dead, 1,000 missing.
Wow. There you go. See,
it's Jesus almost like, if only we knew how to, what was going on. It's not like global warming is real. I mean,
no, of course. None of that shit really happens. Yeah. But I'm hoping you're okay. I'm hoping you're okay, yo. And he just had the new Struise, 18% ABV, 300 IBUs, Geneva barrel aged for 2 years. There you fucking go. I think. Wow, that's something.
Drink a 4-pack.
Drink a 4-pack. There you go. Oh my God, really so many comments here. I'm just gonna quickly. There were problems for sure.
It's okay Thomas. It's okay to go through the comments, man. Yeah, you don't have to stress about it, brother.
I'm so fucking stressed. No, I forget sometimes. I'm like James when it comes to that. I forget the comments. 27 people died in Belgium. There you go.
James. You want to see you stress James? Go watch James do a mystery beer. It's
James
like the most
hates-
stressed I've ever seen him fucking be.
You know what's the beauty about it? Because there's one thing James goes. He told me about this when he was over here last year. So he says I can't do mystery beers because when I do a beer, I need to tell people about the brewery first. I spent like 5 to 10 minutes talking about the brewery. This is what I do. My brain is geared towards doing that. If I sit in front of that camera and I have the beer and I can't say anything about the brewery or the style, I just sit there like, what do I do anyway? What am I doing? So I pour the beer and like I want to talk about what it smells like, and the only thing my brain is telling me, but I need to talk. I need to say shit now, and
I loved it. I loved it when he did it because it's like a documentarian. You'd be like, okay, let's do a documentary now.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what do you mean? No, do it now. Like, write it now. About what? Be like, what you're experiencing. Be like, wait, tell me. They're like, nope, do it now.
He's beautiful because that first thing he does is like, Thomas, I'm going to review one of the beers that you sent me. Do you have any information for me about the brewery? I'm like, I don't know. I'll have to Google it. You can Google it, but I don't look that shit up beforehand. And that's just not a negative towards James, by the way, because I love his reviews and they are exceptionally well done. But it's just that's all he always asks me, like, can you send me information, please? Because I need to know. It's adorable. Everywhere there were problems, like about the rain, it was indeed horrible. Thijs wants to know what you were drinking because before this is by that you had the can with the writing on it. What was that?
This is actually a mystery beer. So, spoiler alert. Someone sent me a mystery beer of Live Oak. It was a 8% Baltic Porter.
Nice.
Wait, give me a moment. 8%. But I thought I saw. Oh,
is it a homebrew or?
No, it was actually it looks like a place that does like cans, like on the side. Like some places that do like I'm drinking a Crowler right now. Mm-hmm. Like some places can only do these, but there's other places that could do like regular can size Crowlers. So, but this is a $10 6-pack. It was absolutely fantastic. It was not a Baltic Porter. It was double Bock. So that was delicious. And now I'm drinking a Humble Beginnings Pale Ale from Twin Elephant Brewing, one of my favorite tap rooms in all of New Jersey. I went there yesterday.
What's the ABV, Matt?
A shocking 5.6%.
That's beautiful.
Okay, nice.
Is that where you took Micah to?
No, that was Micah was today, and it was Zigmeister. This was yesterday. I went to this place. So
I love the look on his face. I commented under that video, but the look on Micah's face was basically, okay, this is it. This is my life now.
He better recognize.
So that's true. What is everybody else drinking, by the way? Simon, what are you drinking? Are you still in the Schenkelau or?
I'm still on my crouching. But I'm guessing I take, what's it called? I should look it up. But it's a triple after this one. I need to drink more triples from Steenbergen. That's the brewer behind Gulden Draak.
Yeah.
Because to me, they brewed really one of the best triples I've had in years.
Which one was that?
The triple from the Gaar in Bruges.
Doesn't ring a bell.
It's normally only from draft. So it's kind of famous because people go to Brugge just to drink that beer. But due to Corona, they bottled it. So a fairly amount is available in bottles. So thanks to Joe, I was able to try it, and it's quite awesome.
Can you send me a message through Messenger about more details about that beer? Because I want to see if I can find it somewhere. That sounds interesting. I like to try that.
Yes, do it as we speak.
Awesome. Davor is asking, have you guys ever tried Harvey's Imperial Extra Double Stout? It's one of the OGs brewed for Tsarina government in 1921. A tart impy, and I assume beers from that era. Oh, wait. Well, see, of course, fucking hell, of course. I mean, ask a question, and Matt has the freaking bottle right there.
So I've like this bottle I just pulled up my shelf back there is one of the best beers I've ever had in my life. But I picked up a bottle of this couple weeks ago, and I reviewed it, and it was hot garbage. So it is equally one of my favorites, but also the one it can vary from date to date. But that beer, when it's on, is like cash money awesome.
I've never tried it, but I'm going to look that one up, see if I can find it somewhere over here. Because he says he really recommends it if you guys want to try an ancient Russian Imperial Stout. Albert Le Coq. Brewed that one in 1921, now under supervision at Harvey's in the UK.
Yeah. Harvey's makes the Harvey's Christmas Ale, which is the more popular one with the...
That's why I remember the name.
Yeah. It's got a little Santa on it and stuff like that. That's what most people know.
Thomas is way behind with the comments, by the way. Thank you, Joe. It's classic tart. That's the way I like him. So that's the way I like it. Well, see, Simon, who's actually in the stream, commented that he has a feeling comments don't really exist in the stream, but if people keep on talking...
Can I ask Simon a question real quick, though?
Yeah.
Who ate part of your hat?
What the fuck?
The Munchies did.
The Munchies did? The Munchies... Okay. Wait. I didn't even notice that before. What are you talking about? Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, what is on the cap? What does it say? It literally says the Munchies.
I just needed the cap because of the front part.
Okay.
Don't care what
because of the sun.
Yeah.
The sun is gone, so take it off if you want. No, you don't have to take it off. I mean, do whatever you...
I do not mind, but it's not getting much better.
Joe saying, haha, Simon. We're saying, cheers, Matt. What's in your glass? We just went over all that, so that's good. Jetty the Bee saying, I think bottles are more elegant. Well, yeah, that's the entire nostalgia factor again. Like, you know.
What would happen if you put a Magnum can on a really fancy dinner table?
Well, I know that Matt already struggles with pouring Crowler, so I think if he has a Magnum, that's going to really...
Yeah. You know what the best part about it is? I don't care. I don't care about any of it, so it all works for me.
As long as it works. Make sure, by the way, next time I send you guys over some beers, I'm going to include a Grols Magnum. They do a Magnum, I believe. So I'm going to make sure you have one of those.
Well, why don't you just bring it over? Like, obviously, you're not coming over for Beer Tubapalooza. That's not.
Oh, I'll bring it over. Yeah, next year. But...
What I'm saying, no, not next year. When that shit opens, you're just coming over to hang with me and Keith.
We will. Oh, that's.
There's no map. You come over, you get shitty with me and Keith for a week, and then we ship you back in a box.
Probably.
That's how it works.
And that's the best thing. And when they open the casket, they're all going to be like, "Oh, there's Thomas and beer that Matt shipped us."
There you go.
That's going to be the best unboxing video on YouTube ever, by the way. Who noticed the Gulden Draak smoked that came out recently? Any thoughts on it? Both in chat. Have you guys tried the Gulden Draak smoked yet?
I don't know it exists, and I want it right now. So that's my thoughts.
Again, we'll make that happen. I would be surprised if you guys don't get it in distro, though, because you get Gulden Draak, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everywhere.
I bought it, but I don't feel the urge to drink it just yet. Because
Why?
I was so disappointed by the Cornet smoked.
Oh.
That
Really?
It came out, to my knowledge, around the same quarter. So I reviewed the Cornet smoked, and I thought, to review the Gulden Draak smoked right next to it doesn't feel right. So it's still laying there somewhere around.
I wouldn't wait too long with it because I wouldn't be surprised if that is actually. Oh, this is funny, by the way. Joe actually comments on it. Cornet, well, the Gulden Draak smoked is better than the Cornet smoked, no doubt about that. I haven't tried either yet because I have the sneaky suspicion that we're talking about. I could be wrong here. This is just, I have no idea. I could be talking out of my ass here as usual. I have a sneaking suspicion we're talking about an addition of liquid smoke and some wood chips to give it a bit of an oak idea. I could be completely wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if this is artificial.
You like the normal ones, Simon?
Gulden Draak?
No, the Cornet.
It depends. One day I do, the other day I think it's really shitty. Pretty
Okay.
much. I drank it once quite recently in cinemas, and I thought, yes, it's quite okay. Why did I didn't like this beer? And then around 2 months later, I had it from draft, and I think, no, this isn't it for me. So
Okay.
it's really depending on my mood or.
I really like the cornet, but I haven't tried to smoke one yet.
And
I'm so sure.
yeah, the AF, then you didn't try the alcohol-free one as well.
No.
I'm really wondering if that's oaked, because Cornet is famous for its oakness, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but that's like I was saying. I would be surprised if. I mean, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass here, but come on, we're talking about Gulden Draken, we're talking about Cornet. Do you guys really think that they're gonna heavily invest in a lot of like
Not at all.
a lot of like really smoked malts? I don't know. I guess I'm getting the impression of like smoked, like liquid smoke. But if there's one person here that, because we all talk way too much, and he just really appreciates us way too much to interrupt. But if there's one person here that really loves his smoked beers, it's Keith. I mean, he got pissed off at me and just really literally didn't talk to me for a week after we went to Bucks because he saw a picture where I had like all clear, I all had like pale beers, and there was a coaster in the background that said like smoked porter.
Yeah,
and it wasn't in there, and he just didn't talk to me for a week. He only started talking to me again today, by the way, which I really appreciate. Keith, how you doing, buddy? How's life? Good. Who are you trying to kill right now?
No one.
No billionaires that need to die in space or anything.
Well, I mean, other than that, that's obvious, though.
Of course it is. But like, all in all, how's life right now?
Good. All right. The guy I work for kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, but that's work, right?
Yeah.
How was the thing with the visiting of that house last week?
Oh, we got it. We signed the lease.
Serious?
Yeah, we're moving in.
Woohoo!
We're moving out of here in like 2 weeks, and then the move-in date for the other place is August 15th, but we're hoping we can move in sooner than that. But we'll
Congrats to you and Katie, man.
Thank you, Douglas.
It's awesome, man. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Like you can finally have a barbecue.
Yeah, we have a little backyard and front yard thing. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be nice.
Really.
Also, just knowing that we have a place to go, even if it's not immediate, but it's.
So we are able to see new reviews with you and Katie with some fire in the background from the art.
Yeah, we'll probably do some outside stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
Looking forward to those, man. I'm really looking forward to those. Renee is asking when I'm going to the US. When I can, apparently. I'm gonna get shit-faced in the States.
Has anything changed with that?
Yeah, we actually. So
it got worse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, like I mentioned like I mentioned in the chat the other day, like the province that I live in. Mm-hmm. So the Netherlands went from yellow to red.
Mm-hmm.
And the province that I live in actually went to dark red. And this is all because basically the province that I live in is fine. I know I'm not going to, but I could literally walk up to all of my neighbors and could probably hug them and it will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a city close by called Groningen, which is a student city.
Oh.
And all of the students living there went to all of the festivals that were available. We have had festivals where they had like, I think it was 900 people. No, they had like 800 people there, a smaller festival. 150 people were tested positive.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Katie.
Hey, Katie.
Thomas says hi.
Hi.
And Douglas also.
Stop eating the curtain. Oh my goodness.
She's aware that she's live on YouTube right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's relaxing.
Keith,
yeah.
Is it a coincidence that that part of Groningen where he talks about went double red after I and Thomas visited that city.
What'd you guys do there? Jeez.
We hugged everybody.
I might have a few extra illegitimate children in the future, but that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's like it. I mean, over here we're having issues with states who, mostly Republican leaning, with
Really?
people who aren't getting vaccinated, and they're not good things, but whatever.
Things though.
All
What
right.
was that?
Katie's just bumping into shit.
I'm not doing well.
Yeah, she's a little tired today and not feeling well.
Okay, well that
I'm
happens.
also just clumsy.
But adorable.
Thomas says you're adorable.
Oh, you're adorable, Thomas.
Thank you for claiming that live on YouTube. I like that.
She sounded like she really needed that comment.
Yeah.
Joe Beer is saying that he agrees when he had the cornet smoked. It was fine. It was fighting to find the smoke notes. And Simon the Guldendraak smoked is way better. Waldo, sorry I'm late. I had a mystery beer session with the W3s. The W3s?
Wilfred, Wilmer, and Waldo.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome, dude.
Nice.
That's great. That's fantastic. Did I miss something important? It's a live stream that I'm doing, so no.
We're not talking about important issues.
We talk about two things: boel and shit.
Ja. En bier. En
En a lot of beer. Als je wilt, kan ik de triple van brouwerij van It's Called the Garre Triple.
De Gar.
De Garre. G-A-R-R, de Garre.
That's how I pronounce it. I might be totally off.
Guys, trust me, I've had it, and the Guldendraak version really has a lot of the smoke in it. Try it, buy it, review it. Okay, there we go. We'll do it. We're going to make a live thing out of it. Guldendraak is much more complex and balanced than the cornet. Everybody's basically sucking Guldendraak's dick. Smoke ones that I'm talking about. And Joe has to go, so goodbye, Joe. And
Bye, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. I can't. Just so you guys know, I can't stay very long.
Don't worry about it, dude. You do whatever you need to do. I'm just happy that I got to see you again because it's been a while.
Yeah, I figured I'd jump on for a little bit.
That's always cool, especially when you're chilling with the Miller High Lives.
Will Katie be there instead of you, Keith?
Oh, you can do that. Just you go fuck off and
fuck
let
off.
Katie have a give her a Miller High Life and we'll be fine. No, man.
She actually, I'm almost done with mine, and then she had one, and so she didn't want to finish it, so she gave me hers, and then she gave me one out of the fridge, so I've got.
Nice. You know that you know that.
I handed you mine.
If I come over, that's one of the first beers that I really want to try. It's the two things that are high on my list to try is Miller High Life, and I want a Jenny Cream Ale. I don't know about Jenny Cream Ale, but we'll do 40s of the Miller High Life. Oh fuck yeah! That's gonna be. You're gonna get some brown paper bags, right?
Yeah. Actually, I don't even think they do brown paper bags anymore. I don't think anybody cares.
Especially during these days, this day and age, like everybody's day drinking. Day drinking is the best drinking. I just saw Simon pour something very dark, which I kind of assume is going to be a barrel-aged stout.
No.
What are you drinking?
I was about to pick your thoughts about black IPAs.
Really? Show me. AF Brew and Puhasta. Oh, wait, I always have to do this. Puhasta.
Puhast mich. Yeah.
Oh, man. No, but how is that?
I think, first of all, I do dislike most of the black IPAs I've had, so I don't buy them very regularly. So, but I've had there are two of this. One is brewed at Puhasta, and the other one is brewed at AF. And I've had the small bottle brewed in Estonia as a mystery beer. And I didn't know it was a black IPA. It's that hoppy, it's that IPA-ish. So I quite like it. And this is the first time I try it, knowing what I'm drinking. I'm wondering, what's your favorite black IPA?
Oof.
Favorite one.
That's a tricky one. What's my favorite one? Well, I know which one I like to drink the best, but here's the thing, though. I've had 2 versions of it now, but it's not a black IPA. So,
What?
sorry. Corné is just really pissed off at the Rammstein thing. I'll try not to do it. I'll try not to do it anymore. I will do it. No, so this is cheating because technically it's labeled as a triple dry hopped Cascadian Imperial Black IPA, but it's an Imperial Stout. So I'm cheating there. This is the Cloudwater thing that I got. I got 3 cans, 3 different versions. They're all the boil all has Cascade in it, and the dry hops are done with different hops. But I have it on good authority, even though it's not been what's the word? Corroborated. That's the one, right, Keith?
Corroborated, yeah.
Corroborated. There you go. It's not been corroborated by anybody, but apparently the base of the beer is Cloudwater's Persistence is Utile, which is a 10% ABV Imperial Coffee Stout. So if that's true, then it's technically not a black IPA.
But you're also a great fan of the one for Berghoeven.
Chester.
The Chester.
Yeah, Chester's good. I like Chester.
I really like that one. Did you ever drink that one, Simon? The Chester
I guess
from
I
Berghoeven?
did. But I'm not sure if it wasn't barrel aged.
There have been barrel aged versions.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I drank the regular one.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of curious while you're looking that one up. Keith, what's your opinion on the black IPA Cascadian Ale, Cascadian dark ale thing?
I really like them, but I'm very particular about them as well.
In what kind of mindset do you drink them? Because I heard people drink IPAs only when it's sunny and outside, and when the weather is a bit better. To me, it doesn't matter. But I can imagine that you drink a black IPA on a different occasion.
Oh, I don't care. I'll drink it. I drink whatever whenever I feel like drinking it.
Yeah, you have to realize something. You have to realize something about Keith. Keith is very particular about what he drinks, but it's also alcohol.
Oh no! I was saying I'm particular about like the style. So like, because a lot of people call something a black IPA and it's like a hoppy porter or whatever.
Yeah, but exactly. But it's such an ill-defined style. So there's got to be breweries out there that I'm gonna guarantee you there are breweries out there that brewed like a 6% porter. And they didn't really like what happened after trying it after a week. So they figured, what if we just dry hop the fuck out of it and call it a Cascadian dark ale or a black IPA?
Yeah.
And there have been people who have brewed what was basically just an IPA, but they used some darker malts, some black malts, some chocolate malt or whatever, and just said, here, now we have a black IPA. The only thing that you did is you took one of your malts and you changed it to a darker one, and that's it. The style is so ill-defined that for most people, if it's black or at least very dark and it has hops in it, it's a black IPA. And that's basically, apparently, literally what Cloudwater did. They took a Russian Imperial Coffee Stout. There's somebody else joining the stream, by the way. Hello. Behind you, Simon.
Oh. He doesn't see you.
Hello.
But yeah, no. So it's such an ill-defined style. There's nothing.
You. You have to be in the closet.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, because without those hop top stouts, I still wouldn't be drinking stouts again. So in a way, I should really like black IPAs, but then again, I don't.
Well, you
Because
can, yeah.
the first stout there were two I liked, and that's the Dirty Katarina from Two Chefs. When I drank it, it was kind of hoppy. And the Goliath from Toul? No, it's a red can, red bottle, I guess.
Goliath?
Goliath.
Goliath is Taul's Imperial Stout, right?
Yeah, that was one of the first stouts I really liked. But I was kind of drunk when I drank it first, so I still have a bottle laying here. I should
Story of my
review one
life.
day.
And then there's also the discussion of drinking the black IPAs fresh for the more hoppy parts,
The Chester,
or keeping them for a little while, so you can get the malt better.
like a barrel-aged black IPA is really different from the core beer. Of course, all good barrel-aged beers do add something to the core recipe, but the black IPA does really change its flavor profile to me.
Yeah, I
A
know,
lot.
but that's again, like Keith, you wanted to comment, I think, on the ill-defined style thing just now.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, is a black IPA a Cascadian dark ale, or are they just so close that they kind of just lump them together? Like, are they the same thing, or?
Well, I think
'Cause
that
I've
I think what. Yeah,
I've-
sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I've had a couple that were called black IPAs, and then other things that have been called Cascadian dark ales, and they kind of blur the lines a little bit between the two.
Well,
So I don't know if they're supposed to be exactly the same, just they start calling them IPAs now or something.
Okay, so the point of a Cascadian dark ale is, of course, that you got like a dark ale that has Cascade in it. That's the point of a Cascadian dark ale. And I think because of those hoppy notes, I just kind of want to figure out, this is like a chicken and the egg thing. What was there first, the Cascadian dark ale or the black IPA?
So is the only difference that a black IPA doesn't necessarily have Cascade in it?
I guess so, because that's where that, and here's the one that got really tricky again with the Cloudwater example, where they called it a triple dry hopped Cascadian Imperial Black IPA.
Whoa.
So how fucking double can you go on the hop story there? Which is a funny, interesting thing. I don't know, but the Cascadian, for as far as I see, the Cascadian dark ale is basically just your standard dark ale, which can be like basically any ABV. With Cascade as either a hop in the boil or the hop that is dry hopped with, or both. Both is good. I kind of want to figure out, and this is going to take a little bit of Googling and going into like what kind of style was trademarked first and mentioned first in text and wherever. It could very well be that somebody at one point decided, yeah, this is a Cascadian dark ale, but I'm not using Cascade. Yeah? Oh,
And he's gone.
This could be the perfect point for me to go get another beer. No, it isn't.
And he's back. Welcome back.
Sorry, cats are being assholes.
That's what, no, yeah,
Cats being cats.
that's why they're cats.
Yeah.
Like really,
With-
that's the.
But with the Cascadian or the black IPAs,
Oh,
should we always buy two of the same batch? One to drink immediately, and one to drink after half a year or so.
My hobby is already expensive.
Yeah,
Don't
true.
make me buy two of them each time.
Every hobby is expensive. Also, a wife is expensive.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm so happy I'm single? Ritgers has a barrel-aged black IPA. I didn't find the barrels in it, but I really like the base. I should try some Richters. I've heard some good things about them. I don't think I've ever had any other beers. I would like to try some. Should look them up. How you doing, Pim, by the way? Thank you for joining. I I'm gonna go find another beer. I think I don't know what yet, but I'm gonna go find another beer. So you guys just have a chat, and I'll be right back.
We can't have a
Okay.
chat without you.
What?
How do we keep a conversation going without you?
No, here's the funny thing. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up right now. You guys can think about this for 3 seconds.
Bye, Thomas.
Am I
Bye.
wearing pants?
Like we do even care. Like we are even surprised.
But Keith, as in the black IPAs or the Cascadian dark ales, do you prefer to drink them fresh or not?
Most of the ones I've had were on draft, so fresh-ish.
It should be
I
pretty
guess.
fresh.
Yeah.
And then do you like? Are you most liking the hoppy parts or the malty parts?
I like dark beer, so it's more the malty, but they tend to be more like. But I also like they tend to be more piney and that kind of thing. So I also enjoy that.
So you're also a great fan of the West Coast IPAs?
Yeah.
Me too. As they say, West Coast is the best coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like them too.
I mean, I know
They don't
the.
brew.
What was that?
They don't brew West Coast IPAs very often here in the Netherlands.
Oh no, like I'm on the East Coast, and most of the West Coast style IPAs that like local breweries brew and like other breweries brew, and especially a lot of like the hazy IPA breweries, they lean more like New England style IPA, but they have some of that. Whatever. I'm like even. Like, I don't think I've had like a really good West Coast style IPA from a brewery that does like hazy IPAs. I mean, I've had good.
You're talking about hazy IPAs.
I've had obviously I've had good West Coast style, but they weren't, like I said, they leaned a little more like New England style.
I don't really think they brew any great.
But the
West
classic,
Coast anymore.
yeah, but the classic breweries like Sierra Nevada and stuff, they obviously still brew the.
I had such a bad experience with Sierra Nevada. Like,
But you mean in a way as that it is too sweet, not hoppy enough, or?
What are you asking, Thomas?
I don't know, Douglas.
No, you go first.
No, you were.
No,
who were you asking that question to?
Yeah, who are you asking?
Oh, sorry, it was for Keith. You said they don't make any good West Coast IPAs anymore.
Oh, they just lean like a little more like hazier and not as like, because like if you've ever had like Sierra Nevada or I'm blanking on all the other or Stone.
Stone IPA.
Like
Stone's classic IPA, like just Stone IPA, I think is seriously underrated. I mean, it's not like the world's best beer or whatever, but it is underrated because I know Stone is getting like a bad reputation. And what's his face? I keep forgetting his name.
Greg from Stone.
He's basically an asshole.
Yeah.
But they still brew one of the best resiny bitter IPAs that I've had in quite a while.
I've had that one from Stone Berlin.
But yeah.
No,
so,
the last time I had it was the American version.
But yeah,
there is no more Stone Berlin, by the way. Sorry,
No, true. I know.
They still brew, right?
True.
In Berlin, in the brew.
It's Brewdog.
Yeah, but Stone is still brewing there, to my knowledge.
The last few beers I had from Stone that were relatively new here in the Netherlands were all the American versions. They might still brew there on occasion, but Stone sold the Berlin facility to Brewdog.
I'm well aware, but I thought they still brew their European beers there. But I might be wrong. It's about 2 years ago. No, 2 years ago I was in Berlin.
I have to
then
look that up,
it just sold.
Did you drink that one, Simon? The IPA from Stone.
I wasn't a big fan of the green can, so I guess that's the regular one. But I
Hey
did.
guys, not to interrupt real quick, but to actually
problem.
interrupt. Actually, family just stopped over, so I'm gonna go hang out with them. So we'll see you guys
Dude,
later.
totally, of course. Family
Yeah.
is always
Enjoy.
like you're
True.
Dom Toretto, right? Family first.
See you next time. Bye, Matt.
Cheers.
Have a nice one. But the Ruination, that's the yellow can, was one of the first IPAs I really, really liked and made me step up from Lentebier to IPA.
Yeah, I also drank that one. It was a really nice one. Also from Stone Berlin, indeed. Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of
Damnation.
curious though. What is the general opinion? No, the public's opinion in America when it comes to Stone, because I read stuff online, but you are, Keith, oddly enough, still American.
I can only speak for myself. I mean, I think Stone is still doing fairly well, whatever. But I don't really drink Stone anymore because that Greg guy is such a fucking douche that I just don't want to support them.
Get that?
So, but that's just me. I like their beers, but there's so many other breweries that don't have such douchey people working or owning them that I can just.
I agree. I basically
Yeah.
agree.
Then weren't we a little disappointed with the BA Norwal?
We like. I don't know where Douglas just went, but he'll come
Douglas
back
is
if he can.
offended by
He
this
is very
statement.
offended. But I think the general idea was that we liked it, and especially in terms of price point, it was very well done.
Yeah.
But compared to other barrel aged, there he is.
Imperial stouts.
You okay,
Sorry.
dude?
Wrong button. Sorry.
So it seems. That's what she
That's what
said.
said.
I win. I said it first. Nah. So
It's the
I
last.
think if I remember correctly, Douglas, can you chime in, because we did the one together, the Sierra Nevada. Remember the barrel aged narwhal. That we liked it, but we didn't necessarily love it. It was nice. It was a good Imperial barrel aged stout for especially the price point. Although we got it for free, of course, but can't mention that here right now.
I like the one, but it wasn't the best one I drank. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So then this,
I mean, I think I said in the live stream we did, but that was the first time I ever had it, and I was excited to try it, and I was disappointed. But
I think I was. Let's say I was well, we got we got it for free. Now I think a can goes for around €6 here for a pint can.
I bought a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans for $20, so $5 a can.
Yeah, that's good. Like, now you have to admit, for like $5 for an ounce for a 16-ounce can, so like a pint can, 16 ounces is a pint, right?
Yep.
It's
not an Imperial pint.
But it's a good point. It's a good price point for a decent barrel aged stout. It's just when you start thinking about the height. I have to, by the way, fill in blanks here because Narwhal, both the normal version and the barrel aged version, we got distro for that for the first time ever. 2021, things like Bigfoot, those were all kind of new beers here with Sierra Nevada. Like basic distro just happened like half a year ago. The hype that I knew that Narwhal has, like Bigfoot as well, because that's a point that I wanted to make because of this. The hype that surrounds it, and probably the beer that it used to be, it just kind of isn't. And I kind of dare to fill in that blank because yesterday I filmed Bigfoot 2021, non-barrel aged, just new, relatively fresh. It was like 7 months old. Bigfoot, the American Barley Wine by Sierra Nevada, 2021 version. To quote a phrase that Matt likes to use, that was hot garbage. That was really not good.
Disappointment.
And very big disappointment. And both Mike and Sean had the beer before, fresh, like 5 years ago. They said, this is not what fresh, semi-fresh, like 6 months, 7 months old, fresh Bigfoot is supposed to be. And I'm guessing that because Sierra Nevada is starting to hit international distro, maybe overproduction,
Yeah, perhaps.
maybe rushing through boils, I don't know, whatever.
I don't know. Maybe they were maybe one of the hops they used, they couldn't get like the same what's the word? Same.
You're using the harvest. You're using the right the crop, the yield. Whatever.
Crop. The same like crop thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it just came out a little spicier or whatever.
I think
I haven't had it, so I can't speak on it. But
so you know how we described the bitterness in this beer?
You said in the thing. You said bile, right?
Bile. Now I don't know if both Douglas or Simon knows what bile is in English. The Dutch word is gal.
Oh yeah. You mentioned it on Untapped. Yeah.
So
I don't have a tasting reference to it.
Oh, you threw up. You threw up in your mouth. You've thrown
Yeah,
up
but
before.
that's sour to me.
No, gal is bitter.
Gal is
the
sour
it's
and
the
bitter, and
aftertaste. Yeah, I get it now.
So that the bile thing, and that was like it was like acrid and bile, and it was very weird. And I would have believed it if they'd labeled it as a red IPA. And even then, a red IPA that didn't work. It was that hoppy. And I know that an American barley wine is supposed to be hoppy.
It came off as a red IPA?
For me, yeah, because like a week before I had a red IPA, and it hit all the notes of like, I don't know. You should try and find a bottle. This shit is like $2.50 for you, I think.
Oh, I can find it everywhere. I could get like I think I can get a 4-pack or a 6-pack of it for like $13.
Do it. Go for it and try and see what you think, because I just need to know what you think.
Okay.
I mean, and I know it's not smoked. I know it's not like a lager. I know it's not like, food or age, but
no, I've seen it a few times. I can grab one, but
you should definitely try it. I think you're probably going to.
What are you drinking right now? Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Matt's always saying how it needs to be aged for 20 years. So like, I've never wanted to buy a fresh one.
How about I just see if I can find a picture of it? I can find the picture of it. And when you think of a barley wine, and I know fresh barley wine looks different than, oh crap, motherfucker! Sometimes I really hate Untapped.
In the meantime, Thomas, what are you drinking right now? I saw something of Lagunitas.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
Yeah, the Hazy Days.
Yeah, I'll show you in a second. I'm just going to show you the picture of share screen, Chrome, this one, share. Now look at that. That's a barley wine.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how clear that is.
Yeah. It's a West Coast barley wine.
It's West Coast. It's a red IPA.
It's an American West Coast barley wine.
No, it's an American West Coast red IPA.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
What?
I'm sure I've had like aged ones before. I can't recall specifically. Oh yeah, you showed us that. Yeah. Do you like that?
It was free.
Oh, okay.
No, it's actually, look, come on.
So it's the best beer you've ever had.
Oh yeah, it's free beer. It's the best beer. It's okay. It's like mass produced hazy IPA. And you know what the thing is about this? Is this as outspoken, as intense, or as out there as like some of the craft beer hazies that you can get for 5, 6, 7 euros a can? No, but it's not offensive. It's hoppy. It's fruity. It's got a soft, lingering bitterness. It's got that sort of chalky thing that I get in a lot of hazies.
Yeah. I know.
And so it's okay. I like it. It's not bad. It's just I'll never rate this like a freaking awesome freaking beer. Billy Move is saying morning. Well, there you
Hey, Willy.
Yeah.
go. Window
For
beer.
summer.
Thomas is saying hi, and
Oh,
Billy
Thomas.
wants to know Simon.
Hi, Thomas.
It's the name. It's the name. Billy Move would like to know what you're drinking, Simon. Is it the same like I sent it you?
Yeah, he sent me the mystery beer from Tuhaste. And
Put
this
you
is,
on solo.
This is the same recipe, but brewed at AF. So I had to taste it. But I'm not tasting it yet. How do you say it?
You're not analyzing it. You're just enjoying it.
That's the right word.
And that's
And
kind of what we're
what-
supposed to do with beer.
By doing that, it's as awesome as the mystery beer was. So it delivers on that point. But it makes me really curious to do a side by side. And I know Beer Lokaal still has them both, so I guess I'm going back for both of them to really analyze them side by side.
I guess this is one of the things that I really like about doing about live streams. It's you get to just drink beer and enjoy it, and not overanalyze and overthink it.
True. Sometimes
But
it's enough
sometimes that's the
to enjoy. Yeah.
I really overanalyze too much beers. But
Dude, same.
sometimes in a live stream, you like the last one. I had some. Looking back at it, I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I
fuck
might
you.
have
You were.
analyzed that a bit more.
I don't care what you were saying. Like, you were probably pretty fucking hungover the next day. But you have to realize that I'm the asshole that during my. Did you see my birthday live stream a few months ago in March?
I didn't
Yeah.
watch it all the way through.
At some point, I just took out a Firestone Walker Anniversary 2019 edition and just opened it up and drank it during the live stream.
You were like, and you opened that like when you were already like wrecked.
I was drunk. No,
Yeah, you were
I was
like,
drunk.
you were.
The last live stream, the live stream from last Saturday shouldn't have taken 30 more minutes. Then I opened La Trappe Oak Age 20.
I'm very glad that we didn't go that far, because the Firestone Walker was probably better than a less offensive thing to just open up like that, because the Oak Age 20, that's an oldie. You should really, but I just that was at some point. I know that James over at Rapid Lion, he was like, he wasn't angry, but he was a little bit pissed off. Like, dude, that's something you need to savor for a moment for a review. And
Do you
Dude,
even
it was
remember drinking it?
I remember drinking it. I don't remember anything particular.
He
I
only
remember saying-
remembered drinking.
I remember saying something that, and Rob completely agreed with it. He was like, "You were spot on right now." Rob from over at Hobsine.
Mhm.
Yeah, he said. I said something like, "This is it's complex without being complex. It's everything that you want from what is in essence. It's a blend of different beers." But you could almost call it like a barley wine old ale that is aged on different kind of barrels. And it had a complexity, but it was intensely quaffable, super drinkable. And everything that you want. It had that dried, figgy, datey thing going on. You had like a little bit of an oaky astringency. You had that soft vanilla baseline going through it. And, the alcohol was there, but alcohol was in my system at that point anyway. I mean, there was a lot of alcohol in my system at that moment. But it was. I'm kind of happy that I drank it at the moment, because I think at that moment, just opening up a Firestone Walker Anniversary Ale and just fucking living in the moment, because we were talking about the high point, but low point, basically, of the Dutch COVID lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through some intense shit for several reasons at the moment. I mean, Douglas knows a few more things, but I was at a low point in my life, and that was my birthday, man. And I was sitting in my live stream, and there were like 10 people there. There were no more open slots for people to join. that thing was loaded to the max, and I was just having fun. That was the best moment I've had in my life for like months. And fuck it, I'm going to crack open. Yeah,
and also people from all around the world.
There were people
great,
from the Netherlands. There were people from the UK. There were people from Sweden. There were people from America. There were people from Canada. Everybody was from every fucking where. And I was celebrating my birthday. You know what? I'm going to crack open I don't know how much it cost. That thing was maybe 13, 14 euro. I'm going to crack it open. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to live the moment. And it worked, and it was beautiful, and I loved it. And I got really fucking drunk. I got so drunk.
Are you guys going to hang around for a little more or not? Because then I've got a new beer.
I'm okay. I don't know what Simon wants to do.
I am waiting for Katie. I think she's in the shower. Maybe. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for her because we do have things to do, but she's been doing other things. So I'm just waiting for her.
Keith, I want to just smack you right now.
What?
I'll be back in a second. I'm going to grab me another beer. Okay.
Go grab a beer.
I'll wait for you, Thomas. Or
yeah,
Douglas.
Keith.
Okay.
Thomas. Not Thomas. Douglas.
Thomas, about blends. Did you already open the Curiosity?
Oh yeah, I reviewed it yesterday.
Did it live up to the expectations?
Well,
you gave it a 3.5, you son of a bitch.
What was it?
So I just had curiosity. I think I mentioned it. No, I mentioned it to Sean and Mike because yesterday was fun. So yesterday I reviewed a beer that I got from one of my viewers, and it was a barrel blend of 4 beers, 3 different imperial stouts, or it could be the same base recipe, but an imperial stout aged on Kalila, an imperial stout aged on Remy Martin cognac, an imperial stout aged on Heaven Hill barrels, and a quadruple aged on Macallan whiskey. In a 50 centiliter bottle, coming in at a very respectable 14.5% ABV. And when I had about 2/3 of the bottle done, Sean, Mike, and I decided, hey, we were still going to do that one Sierra Nevada review. Remember the Bigfoot? Yeah. When are we going to do it? An hour from now? Okay. So yeah, that's no, but I actually really enjoyed it. And spoiler alert, I'm not gonna. You can read my Untapped check-in if you want to, but spoiler alert, the review is 24 minutes.
Nice.
For the
you can really take that time for that beer.
Yeah,
it has so much layers, so that's really awesome about it.
It is, and I do think it is underappreciated because I know what a lot of people were really complaining about the coconut. But I think that if people took a little bit more time with it and found nuances a little bit more, there is definitely a little bit more going on in that beer, especially in terms of palate. But yeah, no, Keith, the 24-minute is the the other review is also like over 20 minutes, the Bigfoot, but that's because it's 3 people.
Right.
So of course it's going to be longer. But yeah, the other one, the one from the Bronkhorster one, the Curiosity is 24 minutes, give or take.
I think the Curiosity, you when you gave it me at 3 separate times during the day in a blind glass, so as some kind of mystery beer, it was different every time I tasted it. So the bottle was open for about 6 hours, I guess. Yeah. And it's kept on developing. So that's really interesting thing about it.
And the funny thing is, so what I did is I had about 1/3 left, give or take, and we decided
when you know you're about to review.
Yeah. So what I figured is, if we're going to do this in about an hour and a half, I need to stop drinking right now. So I poured everything back in the bottle, capped it, and put it back in the refrigerator. So when I drank it, it was at room temperature, like 21, 22 degrees Celsius. By the way, Keith, I have no idea what that is in weirdo.
That'd be well, since it's such a big beer, it probably wouldn't have frozen, but that's like beer slushy. Beer slushy.
In Fahrenheit, it would have been beer slushy, but in Celsius, I'll Google 21 degrees Fahrenheit.
No, the difference is like 20, like 1 degree Celsius is like 20 thing, and then I don't know what the
I drank it at
comparison
about if I drank it at room temperature, and at that moment it would have been like 21 degrees in my house. It would be like 70 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that's. Jeez, don't you have an air conditioner or something?
No, because we don't need that in here. No, but actually, I drank that at a temperature that I prefer those beers to be at.
I was kidding.
I know you are. I love you. But what I did is, when I had like the third left, I poured it back into the bottle, capped it, put it in the refrigerator. Then we did the Bigfoot and everything. And when we did the review, I put a lid on the glass of the Bigfoot. Figured I wanted to see how that developed over time because it was hot garbage. And hot garbage, I gave it like a 3.25 or 3.5 on Untapped or something. It wasn't that great. So I put put a lid on the glass, let that develop a little bit, poured out the stout again, or the barrel blend thing that had been in the refrigerator for an hour, and the beer was completely different. And that, of course, it's going to be colder. Of course, it's going to be different, but that's to prove Beeromaniac's Simon's point. Like, this is what happens when you let a beer do different things at different temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens, and that's a nice thing. And I think a lot of people, especially with social media, they're going to go on like open the bottle, like in a Facebook group with like 15,000 beer aficionados. You're going to open up the beer, you're going to pour it out, and you're going to take a sniff, you're going to take a sip. Oh my God, I have an impression of this beer now. Type everything out. Within like a minute, that's my opinion of the beer.
Mm.
And then they're going to keep on drinking it. And then they might realize over a while it develops. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes I drink a beer and don't come back to it. Or don't post my thoughts on like social media until like a few hours or sometimes even a day later. Just like let my thought process.
Yeah.
I feel like such a snob, but
I know, because you don't have a beer fridge, right, Thomas? You just put your beers in the regular fridge.
Yeah. So when when I want to, so if depending on the beer style, if I want to take it out, and my stouts and stuff like that, most of my stouts are just kept in a drawer and in cardboard boxes at a place that is relatively stable.
Yeah, because I know, and I say this all the time in my videos. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely drinking this too cold or too warm or whatever.
Yeah, agree.
And there's been a bunch where like I reviewed it and I was just, and then like, because usually I kind of do the matte thing where I'll do like a couple and then I'll go do whatever and drink those beers, and then I let them sit on the counter, and then I'm like, oh, this didn't taste like this when I was doing the actual review, and I wish I had whatever. But now that I have a job and we are moving, I'm going to get a beer fridge and hopefully
I want one of those. I want one of those.
Nice.
Speaking of your videos, by the way, for everybody who's watching, all 9 of you, and everybody who's going to rewatch this live stream after a while, make sure it's in the name Keith 93 Lumber. Go to the old YouTubes. Go check out 93 Lumber. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you check out Beeromaniac. You subscribe to his channel. Make sure you check out Beers with Douglas. But I doubt that if anybody's watching right now, because Dutch Beer Collective, most people will know the 3 of us, the Dutch people, Beeromaniac, Simon, Douglas, and me. But make sure you also definitely go check out Keith's channel, 93 Lumber, because, dude's awesome. And a lot of his reviews have Katie in it, and she always makes it even more fun. There's something so homely and satisfying about seeing the 2 of you on your couch, just talking about a beer together. And that just makes it the perfect beer review. So the 2 of you together always.
Do you ever go back on a review when you really think this has to be in the video?
Do I ever what?
Go back to reviewing it when you.
There are.
Thomas does that sometimes.
I haven't yet because my channel isn't even a year old. But there are. I already have like a mental list of some beer. Well, I don't even know if I can remember them. I'd have to go through my list of videos, but there are a few. I think there are a few beers that I would like to go back to. Well, I mean, obviously, different batches and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But
more. I did it once or twice, I guess. Thomas does it sometimes.
I think I know what you mean.
The
I
beer
know what you mean.
in the can, when you drink it that hour or 2 hours later.
I
have to add
Like
it to
put
the
a little
video.
add-on to your. I've done that a few times where I finish my video and then suddenly there's like a minute extra where I share some more thoughts. Like, guys, I've done this when I felt that the beer was so markedly different after 30 minutes that I realized that what I just said in the review just does not make sense. Sometimes in a negative, sometimes in a positive. But I'll just put a little add-on to the video where I just explain, like, okay, I need to add this in because this is not the beer that I was talking about. It changed so much.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet, mostly because the setup that I have here, I put it up when I do videos and then I break it down after I do videos, so I don't put it back up.
Dude, I'll go sit on the couch, and what I'll just do is, if that happens, I'll just sit on the couch and I'll just take my phone and I'll just go like film it like this, blah 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 blah, and then I'll just add it to it. Like, that's ghetto. That is the ultimate ghetto review ever.
But I will take that into consideration because I never really even thought about that. But in the new space, in our new place, I will hopefully have a designated spot that I don't have to break down and set up and all that stuff every day.
I am so super
Not
happy
every day.
with both of you, by the way.
Including a green screen, Keith?
Yeah.
Don't wear that shirt.
I'm gonna get a screenshot of when Thomas mooned YouTube and just have that on the back.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I know I did that. Oh, man. I actually literally...
You did that more than once, Thomas.
No, but there's a screen cap of it right now. There's a screen cap of my knee showing my bare ass. I will say, by the way, I got a nice ass.
Opinions may differ.
Yeah. But mine is the only one that's valid. What are you drinking there, Douglas?
I'm drinking a pale, non-barrel aged stout. No, I'm drinking a Pilsner. It's one from the Netherlands brand.
Oh, just like a nice, yeah.
It's a great Pilsner.
Brand new.
Yeah, brand
I like
new.
that one.
I really like that Pilsner. It's one of
Same.
the best from the Netherlands.
I mean, it's no Schultenbrouw, but, you know.
No, difference have to be there.
Did you already have the new Hertog-Jan 0.0?
I received it, but I haven't drank it at this moment.
Yeah, I received it, and I thought it was really new.
Oh, you got it as well. Okay, cool. Okay, I was about to say, because this is one of those things where, no, but
Nope, nobody can see your butt, Katie.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
Thank you for that, Keith. Look at it being all happy there because
she's not naked or anything.
Thomas is the one that's always naked.
Yeah.
I mean, just purely out of curiosity, make sure not out of curiosity that just please do make sure that Katie doesn't see the picture where I moaned YouTube.
Too late.
Can anyone send that to me? I think I saw it once, but I haven't. Yeah.
No.
Someone send it to me.
Hey Brett, how you doing, buddy? Brett is no longer beerdy beer reviews, by the way. He's non-beer beer reviews right now.
But Simon, did you want to mention anything about the Hertog-Jan 0.0?
Well, the only thing I wanted to say was I was expecting a new summer beer by then. It was just a rebrewed new recipe for the 0.0, but it isn't that new because I wanted to go back to the supermarket to get the old one to compare them in a review. But in there already was the new recipe. So
What?
it was kind of.
I didn't drink the old one either, so.
I have no idea either. I haven't tried this one yet. I am curious, but because I think that the alcohol-free beers are the new summer thing. That's the hype anyway. That's like the commercial hype, and we have to believe that it's true, and that's what beer drinkers are saying. It isn't what beer drinkers are saying; it's what the marketing companies are saying that the new hype is. So there you go. But yeah, I'm curious.
Perhaps it's nice to do a side by side with a regular one.
Yeah, I
and
did it
0.0.
for the old
guys are-
recipe.
You guys are going to review it?
I'm thinking about it. I'm not for
Sounds
sure.
good.
I'm not sure now.
Do you?
Keith, in case you're
do
not
you
sure what's
think-
going on,
What?
we got one of the biggest macro breweries in the Netherlands sending out lots of people. They're sending a lot of people their new alcohol-free Pilsner.
Oh yeah. Is it
But
good?
we're not supposed. Yeah, we're not. I don't know. We're not supposed to talk about it yet.
Oh.
It's Fight Club.
Okay.
And the reason we're not supposed to talk about it is because their brewery got flooded during the. So they kind of want to not put a focus on this right now. I just did this life. Fuck me.
What?
Sometimes I forget that this is live YouTube.
It's 2 hours in, so you're pretty
And
safe.
we're now heading to the commercial break.
Here's my favorite saying. This is my favorite saying ever. The risk I took was a calculated one, but boy, do I suck at math.
yeah. I was thinking about Mike Labby. Do you remember Mike Labby?
Who?
Mike Labby from the commercials from. But wait, there's more.
There's Moy. Oh god, no, there's still a bag shit.
Pay TV.
I just, oh my god, my entire.
Are there some comments there yet, Thomas?
No, people. That's a funny thing. A lot of people are watching. Nobody's talking.
Maybe they can't understand us because they are Dutch.
Yeah, that's
They
could be
just
it.
like the view to see our faces.
Yeah, Brett is saying that he feels a bit naked because he doesn't have a beard anymore. I totally get that. I really do totally get that.
When was the last time you get rid of it, Thomas?
Jesus, years ago. I was still with
With
the old ball chains. Yeah. Oh, the hag. I was still with the monstrosity, and that's like 6. I think it was like 6 years ago or so when I took off the beard and I had the very short hair. I showed that picture once on YouTube before, so during a live stream I showed that one before. But yeah, that was like 6 years ago now.
That's like
And I
a
changed-
picture. You're still rocking on your ID and driving license.
Oh yeah, it's probably I'm not going to show my ID here right now. Don't ever show your ID in public. But yeah, no, I that was a while ago. So no, I'm probably not going to do that again. Like it's like Keith going suddenly all non-Ron Jeremy. Haven't called you that in a while, so I had to.
It's been
It's been a hot minute.
yeah. I mean, I've shaved. I've had the mustache for a while, but I mean, I've shaved the rest of my face.
True, you
But,
do take that. Yeah.
Bring back the stash.
I think the last time like I completely shaved was maybe like a year or two ago.
Wait, are we talking like completely shaved, or are we talking
Yeah.
like completely shaved?
I was thinking about
Everything.
it.
I don't shave down there. If you can, welcome. My saying is "Welcome to the jungle, baby."
Welcome to the jungle.
I really. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna do this, and she's gonna hate me for it. But I really feel so sorry for Katie right now because like.
That was a joke, but it was,
Oh no, I don't believe.
I keep it. I mow the lawn every once in a while. Yeah.
Are we talking? Okay, let's talk about manscaping, everybody. Let's talk about manscaping. What's your favorite style? We're not good. Yeah.
Sometimes there's room for a Brazilian wax.
Oh no, there's a lot of things that I'll shave. I'll shave before I'm ever going to wax down there. And shaving, I mean, I don't mind shaving, but I mean, if you do it safely and you know what you're doing, I'd rather take a sharp blade down there than waxing. No, that is not going to happen.
But if you do, please make a video.
That's probably going to be the best watched thing on YouTube ever, on my channel anyway. It's like beer review, live stream, Thomas getting his nutsack waxed, beer review. No, don't tell Katie.
Sorry, Katie already knows. You're a speaker. Oh my god! Oh, nice.
Oh my god! The face he's making. I'm like, I feel like I'm in the danger zone.
But Thomas,
yeah.
Do you have a danger zone?
Yeah, it's my unwaxed ball sack.
But I'm drinking a Pilsner right now. What are you guys drinking right now?
Oh,
He's still on the Miller Life.
Still on the Miller. Okay.
Yeah. This is the last one we got. I think I'm going to do a few reviews after this, but
yeah,
this is the.
I did just realize the time, by the way, because I think we should probably end this in a little bit anyway.
Yeah. I gotta
your...
go shortly now.
Yeah, we're gonna end it in a little bit.
That's 2 hours ago.
Yeah, that is true. You did say I'm gonna be here for just a short time, and then suddenly you had 3 Miller High Lifes opened up right in front of you. You American Beauty, you.
Well, it's because Katie was doing stuff, and she was like, "Oh,
no, but I do.
You can stand."
Just so you know, this is the European image of America. I gotta do stuff. Soon, I'm gonna leave with. In the meantime, 3 Miller's High Lifes open up.
Yeah.
You just basically prove the stereotypical American image.
Well, technically, I only had 2 open at one time. The third one was closed, but I did have 3 on the table.
Cheated.
Yeah. Simon, what are you still? Are you still on the Black IPA, or you opened up something else? Well, if you want to open up something, realize that you're not doing it for the live stream because we're ending it in a little bit.
I made that mistake last time.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to save your liver and your life and your marriage. No, maybe this is the highlight, the high life where we should end it, because this is the last swig of beer that Keith is having.
There's a little bit left.
Douglas is going to end his Pilsner, and I'm just probably going to go crash in a little bit anyway.
Yeah, because what? It's 11 there.
Just
quarter
fast
after.
Here. I still have a holiday week coming up, so tomorrow for me is just a day off. I'm going to stay at home. I'm going to have to rehearse some songs before I go to band practice, and so that's and the rest of the week. I'm probably still going to do 1 or 2 brewery visits next week. One of them is my favorite one. One of my favorite Dutch breweries is the Kopenhagen. I really wanted to try and visit them on Thursday. And that's basically going to be the second week of my holiday. Just chilling, doing nothing. My nephew, my little uncle, there's a Dutch expression where we say my little uncle sayer. He has to say uncle, you know what I mean? I visited him today. He was like, hey, we were talking about video gaming, and I don't have a console. I don't really play video games a lot. He's like, I got a PlayStation 3 with like a lot of video games here, and I don't use it anymore. You want to borrow it for a while? So I got a PlayStation 3 here with like some racing games and some Star Wars games. So, yeah, that will set me up for that.
Thomas is a gamer now.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a gamer girl.
So you're on Twitch now as well.
I'm gonna go on Twitch.
You're gonna make YouTube videos?
I was supposed to go on OnlyFans, but that's not gonna happen anymore. So now I'm just gonna go on Twitch and sell my hot ass over there, and because that's basically what Twitch is these days.
You don't mean your hard ass, you mean your hairy ass.
Yeah, there you go. Both is good.
Yeah, true.
Both is good. So, everybody, thank you for watching, because what was really supposed to be a very intelligent live stream about classic beer styles and talking about some important stuff basically ended in 4 guys talking about manscaping and...
But we all have to agree it shifted when we changed language.
It kind of did, didn't it?
Yeah.
Well, English is like the dumbest language on the planet, so
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's
It's
not.
just hashtag facts.
well aware.
Especially American English.
Oh yeah.
Burn.
Well, we all know like English is the worst, but American English, yeah, American English is pretty bad.
Can't we all just get along?
Just when you mentioned that you had to rehearse for your band, I remember that phrase of "remember at band camp."
Yeah, fuck off. That's the
Just one thing.
I really hope nobody would pick up on that. I said it and I was like, oh, fuck me.
When I put a trumpet up my...
No, not a trumpet. Not a trumpet. That's not what she said. Flute. It was a flute.
Flute.
She stuck a flute up her hoo-ha. And, then she asked him, like, don't you think I know how to get myself off? That's literally what she said. So there you go.
Okay.
So it is an intelligent live stream after all.
What?
It is an intelligent live stream after all.
Oh, you learned something new about musical instruments, huh?
Yeah. The difference between a trumpet and a flute. Yeah, okay.
That let's just leave it at that. Let's just definitely leave it at that. Dude, Keith, you
I have to go. Yeah.
We're gonna end the live stream here. Everybody, thank you guys for watching and joining, and thank you everybody for all the amazing feedback in the chat, which I really messed up with in the comments. Keith, Simon, Douglas, thank you for joining. Matt, thank you for joining as well, but you had to do your family stuff, which is awesome.
Good seeing y'all.
Good seeing y'all, and
Likewise.
y'all come back now. You hear?
Until next time. Cheers.
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 Bye-bye.